Normally, but that's yours now.
Damn.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
So really, I'm the first guest. You guys, but didn't you guys have Ramsey or something on that? You guys did it together for a while, no?
Talk about it.
For real?
We'll talk about
Okay.
it. You bring it up, though. You bring it up.
I mean, I don't even know the guys, bro.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to GTM, Good Toxic Man, and today we got a special guest. His name is the one and only Pancho.
Yeah.
Hi, Pancho.
What up?
Thank you so much for coming out here, buddy.
First time meeting?
Yeah, first time meeting,
There you
yeah.
Yeah, well, first, thanks for having me.
There we go.
Yeah,
First
dude.
guest, bro.
First
Thanks.
guest.
Had to make it big.
Let's make it big,
Pop the
man.
cherry real quick.
There you go.
Dude, I'm glad you made it, dude. I mean,
Hell yeah.
my first my first appearance on the show was on your show,
Oh, yeah.
the Little Brown Boys.
Little
There you go.
BBBP.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming by, man.
Of course.
Yeah, and you were
course.
letting us know about the drive.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
sick, actually.
that's chill.
I usually don't like driving that much, you know, like when in traffic.
Yeah.
But the Canyon drive was pretty sick because
Okay.
it wasn't traffic. It was just like
Yeah, swerving.
curves and
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
The craziest part was sharing with the motorcyclists or whatever
Yeah.
because they try to like do crazy shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They try to slide on the knee on the turns, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
where they fucking
Oh,
turn
yeah.
like that.
Oh, it wasn't the Harley Davidson bikes?
Not a lot of
No.
Harleys.
No.
It was just like one of those ninja bikes.
The
Yeah.
speedsters.
Yeah.
Damn.
The fools that like hunch over
Yeah.
and they're like,
like cutting you off.
yeah,
and
yeah.
That's
yeah.
scary, dude.
They swear they own the road. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. You
So
got to
they do.
really respect and.
You know.
They gotta respect us as drivers too. Come on. Yeah, okay. If you're in the way, I gotta go home.
Someone's gonna die.
It ain't me, buddy.
What was
Yeah,
the
I'm
distance
saying.
between here and where you're coming from?
Fuck. Miles wise,
Or
not sure.
time wise?
Time wise was
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
Okay. Yeah, you drove?
Mhm.
You drove?
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for making that drive for us.
Dude,
Hell
yeah.
yeah, I'm down.
You know?
I'm always down for a chat. You know
There
what
you
I'm
go.
saying?
There you
Yeah. Well, let's get started, buddy.
Let's get it, bro.
Let's do it, bro.
It was good.
I mean, you're the man. You have a lot. Yeah, I think I watch you. I've known you for about a few months, a year or so.
Probably a year now,
Yeah,
right? Or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
I know you're definitely from the Little Brown Boys,
The Little
but
Brown
you
Boys.
also have a story of your own.
Of course.
You're a dancer, dude.
Yeah.
You're a stripper, bro?
I tried. I was about to be, but nah.
no. You
got
never,
scared?
I never got down. You know,
No, you never got-
I was never fully down with it. you know?
Okay.
I thought I was down, but never really down. You know?
And then you
Wasn't
you
too
showed up
bad.
at the house and you're like, I don't know about this.
I'll tell you the farthest that I got.
Okay.
Are you serious about this, huh?
Yeah, well, back in the day, after high school, I got into fitness
Uh-huh.
with one of my friends,
Okay.
and we were like super ripped. I was pretty skinny, but like still ripped.
Yeah.
And you know, we like to street perform and collect tips,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're always outgoing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in
And then-
Venice Beach?
Yeah, or just anywhere really.
Okay,
We used to
okay.
sell eggs at a farmer's market,
Okay.
and we used to kind of interact with the customers all the time.
Okay.
That's tight.
And we'd make tips. So we had a gift of gab with the people, and like just crazy ideas.
Uh-huh.
Always like, hey fool, what if we strip? You know, and then you talk to people, and they'd be like. Because I had gay friends in college,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yeah, if you went to fucking West Hollywood and
Yeah.
fucking like with your body, like you'd get bank."
Okay.
But it's like, are you okay with?
Showing off.
Yeah,
Like
are
grinding
you
on-
okay with being a stripper, basically? You know,
Yeah,
like
man.
extorting yourself. Or
It's
Yeah.
probably
whatever.
the same question people get when hired at Hollister, dude.
Yeah, but so this is the farthest we went, bro.
Okay.
So I had another friend, different friend that was also into fitness, and he used to do Zumba classes.
Mm-hmm.
And majority of the people in the Zumba classes was older ladies.
Okay.
So we were like, what if we do a mock? Like let's do training for a what is it, like not a table dance, like a lap dance, right?
Okay.
Lap
Like a
dance.
Chippendale kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one lady, she stayed, and we tried to do the lap dance, but it was just too cringe, and we were just not about it.
On
We
her
were-
end or your end?
Our end.
Okay.
She was down. She,
She was
was
down
like,
like,
fuck
oh,
yeah.
bro.
Young boy,
Like, yeah,
young meat.
fuck
She's like
yeah.
80 years old. She's
Yeah,
like,
then
for
we-
sure.
Yeah. So and then we were just like, nah, you know what? This is where it ends.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
we're not about that life, you know.
Okay.
Especially
I'm not that
like-
poor.
I can't
Yeah,
commit
yeah.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah, so we never did that, but I mean, I still danced in college. I
Okay.
did
Yeah.
fucking. I went in as a hip hop dancer, came out as a ballet dancer.
Oh, shit.
All
That's
right.
probably the interesting part of the
Okay.
story.
Yeah, that is the interesting part because in that field of dancing, it's very feminine, right?
Yeah.
Ballet dancing.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that from like being rugged and like hip hop dancer into like, you know?
I get you.
I saw the videos that you posted. Very artistic, very like flowing with the music.
Very modern.
Thanks, bro.
Well, yeah, no,
Appreciate
it's just flowing.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the ocean?
Yeah, well, it's sort of like the oceans. Yeah.
You gotta be like water,
Yeah,
right?
it's like chi. It's almost like chi.
Yeah. It's
Like Bruce
beautiful.
Lee?
Usually, yeah. Just
You know?
like
Do you
I
like
saw
do you like
you.
water?
Yeah. So from the outside, dancing always seems like that, right? Like
Okay.
that. It's very feminine and very.
Yeah.
But when I got into ballet and talking with the teachers,
Yeah.
and then I would do duets.
Yeah.
And it's a very masculine thing to be a male ballet dancer.
Yeah.
Because yes, it's ballet and it seems like girly or whatever, but the men role
Yeah.
is like very like macho,
Yeah, like athletic.
athletic,
Yeah, yeah.
and not just that. But I remember the first lesson I learned was like, pretend you're a prince and you have like a chest plate and you want to be like chest up, like you want to stand tall, you wanna present like this is my lady. You know what I mean? And that's to me a little bit more masculine than people think it is, because you have to be like, I'm gonna carry her and support her, and it's all about her, and it's just you play that role too.
Wow.
And the flowiness and all that just comes from like, I guess, passion or fucking I don't know, they're like
The
just
passion
fucking
of the
feeling
water.
being in the moment and feeling that shit is not thinking like, how do I look right now?
Yeah.
It's more like, this is how I look right
Gotcha.
That's incredible, man. So you did that for a while then, huh?
now. Yeah, I was taking classes in college for like 6 years probably.
Oh, that's a long time.
6 years is a long
Yeah, that's a
goddamn
long
time.
time.
Yeah, I started a little late. I started at 24.
Okay.
So I wasn't the most flexible going in. So like no splits. You know, I couldn't kick my leg up high.
Yeah.
It's just,
Did your homies make fun of you?
yeah, I mean, everybody
Yeah,
did, but
mother,
it's like
father,
whatever.
like, mijo, ¿qué estás haciendo?
In the beginning,
Ballet?
in the beginning, yeah.
¿Por qué no? Why no un charro? Like, like.
Hey,
that.
I'm all that, whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I don't like to be just one thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Pancho the dancer. Oh yeah, but he also fucking talks shit and fucking, you know,
Yeah.
like it's whatever.
What was the end goal for that though? Like when you got into it, like, oh, I'm gonna get into
for 5
ballet.
years is a long time.
Were you
man.
into that idea that you were gonna become some sort of coordinator for another school or maybe another show, or did you just get into it because you fell into it and you just
Fell in love with it?
So when I graduated high school, I didn't go to college. I went to work right away. Started working full time with my dad, learning how to fucking sharpen tools and shit.
Sharpen tools.
But I always kept it as like, I'm gonna do this right now while I figure out what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
while I was working, I tried a bunch of stuff. You know, I fucking sold Herbalife.
Okay.
I jumped in other MLMs like fucking World Financial Group.
Okay.
Wow.
And tried to sell
Businessman.
insurance.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a real estate license at a point.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Fucking never
Wow.
even did an open house or anything, right?
Right.
But
You
just
I
got your
the
license?
I just got the
You tried
license.
it.
And that was
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, this is cool. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
wow.
But
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like 18, 19,
Oh,
20,
you're young.
21.
You're
I was-
young.
But I was working, trying to figure it out. And then that's when I was into fitness and street performing, that I started doing like calisthenics and dancing. And then one time there was an opportunity to do a dance at a hair and salon convention.
Okay.
What did I say right now? Hair and salon?
You said hair and salon, yeah.
Hair and,
Yeah.
hair
Hair
and
is like a-
salon
like
and
a-
spa convention, whatever.
Like you cut hair and shit?
Yeah. It was a convention in Long Beach, right? So it was like people that sold
Products?
hair dye,
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking
okay,
air
okay,
air
yeah.
blowers,
Yeah.
everything salon and spa, like massage chairs.
Okay.
And this one company was like, "Hey, do you guys want to be models? We're gonna do your hair, and you guys could do like a performance, right?" And it was a 3-day gig. We did the gig. We danced probably like 9 times, like a 4-minute routine. It was like Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking Funk It Up, or what's that song?
Yeah.
And we did that for 3 days, danced that many times. It was easy work, and we got paid like $400
Oh shit. Each?
with with no training, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty good.
And I was like, okay, so there's something here,
Yeah.
like dancing and entertaining.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Yeah.
Okay, dabbling in that entertainment.
Yeah,
world.
so I was like, let me learn how to choreograph.
Yeah.
Let me learn the what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, because I was
Yeah.
just fucking moving and
Yeah.
going with the flow.
grooving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then we were doing like little tricks.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, let me learn, right? Let me
Yeah.
learn the actual fucking technique.
Yeah.
And I went to Cerritos College, took hip hop,
Okay.
and then just fucking loved it. Fucking the first year, I came out in the Cerritos dance concert, and this is dance theater. So this is way different than what I had been doing. This is dance theater. It's very academia. It's very like
Prestige.
very yeah. Everybody has something to fucking
Classy.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High-
so I
high-
did
muy
that.
highs.
Did
Yeah.
that performance, and I was like, oh, I love the stage.
Okay.
And I just stuck with it. From hip hop, I was watching YouTube and all that shit, and then seeing these motherfuckers turning on their toes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do that shit,
Okay.
you know? And then
Wow.
dancing to more contemporary, like more like sad music
classical
or
music,
lyrical music.
lyrical music.
Okay.
So then I
Okay.
got into doing that and then choreographing, and then it was very cool to express and train as well.
Okay.
You know, because I liked the ballet because it was a fucking hard workout. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
it looks cool, but
It's very athletic for sure.
their bitches
Yeah.
go crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
You hang out with
Very
the
athletic.
ladies there too, right?
Oh,
So
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
it's-
beautiful women there, right?
It's like 90% women,
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
and then like the 9% gay dudes, and then the 1% straight dudes. Bro.
All right.
It's crazy.
The only 1% was you.
Who would hit on you first, the gay guy or the actual lady?
bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but did you get all hit on? Did you
Nah.
get on? No, come on.
Well, I met my lady there in
Okay.
college.
Okay.
Yeah, dancing. I
Yeah,
met
yeah.
her dancing. Yeah.
But that dude never hit you, like.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, how do you deal
Yeah.
with that? How do you handle that?
It's whatever. I mean, I'm not
Respect it.
homophobic, so it's like
Yeah,
fuck,
right.
sometimes
No, no.
I'll even play into it. You know,
Oh,
like
You play, you play into it. You feed it.
yeah,
you know.
like if we're just fucking around.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna kiss you or nothing.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna grab. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
touch you like that.
Right.
And
You
I'm
want-
not gonna let you touch me either. But we could like
Like,
fucking.
go out to eat.
You dance
yeah,
with them?
Get that free food?
You be
I'll-
dancing with
I'll
them? and
dance
shit?
with them.
That's,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because
Wow.
why not? You know, it's
Very
like,
comfortable with
we're
yourself,
just
yeah.
friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you also tap into like, I guess your feminine side.
Yeah.
You get to put your machismo away and
Yeah.
just fucking feel it, and just no one's judging you, so you can fucking dance to whatever, however you
Wow.
want.
Yeah.
And can you still tap into that place?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
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 That feminine part of yourself. Wow.
Yeah. Because I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, have you guys seen the Oscar de la Hoya documentary?
Yeah, I just recently
He's
I was
all-
explaining it
yeah,
to him.
he was wa- yeah, he was
yeah.
telling
I
me about it.
literally explained the whole thing to him. I'm like, bro, this guy is capping hard.
Yeah.
Like hardcore.
Yeah, that he's all macho and shit,
Yeah.
but you see how he kind of wanted to express himself like that. I felt that. I was like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker suppressed something for so long
Yeah.
that he just blew up, or like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Wow.
right?
But
Wow,
but there's
wow.
a lot of him that he's still suppressing because his brother's the one that takes care of the business.
Oh, I
and basically he's more of just the face of like Golden Boy Productions. And towards the end, you could start to understand where he's coming from, because I was telling him the idea of Oscar de la Hoya and coming from a Hispanic and Mexican background. You're talking about the machismo and like being very overly masculine. But when it came down to what I was seeing in that documentary, it's like he would blame everybody on something. You're like, oh, my mom would treat me this way, but then I would miss my mom. I wish my mom was here so that she could tell me not to do this, this, and this. So there's a lot of lack of accountability on his end.
Yeah.
That towards
Yeah.
the end, I started catching on to his patterns. I'm like, bro, you're hiding something
Yeah,
hardcore.
yeah.
Because I know that prostitute brought that into like, hey, he was free and he could act and be himself around me, and that's why he would dress like a woman, and like that kind of stuff. I'm like, bro, like there's something else on this spectrum that you're not stating, and I hope, because there's like two episodes right now on that HBO Max. There's one more that's coming out, I believe, and I hope it comes to the whole thing where I'm like, bro, I could kind of know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I get where you're kind of going after, like the femininity. I would kind of explain it more off of like your more understanding of like not projecting an idea what masculinity is,
Right.
as far as like what we already put together as a society. Like I did wrestling. Even when I did wrestling, before I even jumped into the team, I was already making fun of those fools, wearing the tights,
Yeah.
And then I remember watching The Simpsons, where I think it was Ned, the neighbor of Homer Simpson, where he was wearing like a very tight suit when he went skiing. He's like, I remember him saying something about his tight suit, and then him looking at his ass, and then Homer just literally keep repeating that whole segment in his mind. He's like, and then from there it kind of goes into that mentality of like men shouldn't wear certain things. So even in my head, I was making fun of myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm gonna wear that shit.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But of course, once you get into the group setting, you start to understand. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it goes away. It goes away. So
Yeah.
you get into things, and I'm like, all right, it's not what I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, I could still make fun of it. Like I could literally still make fun of it.
Yeah.
I was
You
like,
gotta
bro-
own it. You
yeah,
gotta own
exactly.
that shit,
yeah,
bro.
exactly. But that's kind of where my concept of
Yeah.
always going into, like, it's not the idea that you're being feminine. It's just the idea that we are being fed the idea that it is feminine.
Right.
Right.
I get you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's how I feel too, because with the dancing thing, you gotta wear a dance belt.
Yeah.
A dance belt.
It's basically a thong to fucking grab your balls.
Oh, shit, bro.
Like this, so that when you
Yeah.
wear the tights
Yeah.
on stage, you don't see your cock and balls.
Oh, wow.
It looks
wow.
like you're wearing a cup almost.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Because if you're dancing in tights and you see cock and balls,
Oh,
that's
shit,
all
bro.
you look at, bro. And it's happened where like their friends of mine are on stage dancing, and I'm watching the rehearsal in costume, and I'm like, hey, bro, you gotta throw another dance belt on. Like one is not enough. Like all we see, you're wearing white tights. All we see is cock and balls, but it's a thong in the back. And in the beginning, you're like, what the fuck? Like, am I ready to wear? Am I ready to wear a thong?
I mean, I'm so used. I get wedgies all the time sometimes.
But then
He's probably used to it, all right, bro.
So it's kind of like,
It doesn't
I
pull him
can-
out.
Like, if I'm gonna do this shit, I'm gonna do this shit right, and I'm gonna go 100%. Like I'm gonna throw 2 of them bitches out, you know, and I got comfortable with it, and it's whatever. And
Yeah,
it's
Enrique's
like,
practicing right now.
yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah, it's
I
good.
have a wedgie right
it
now.
actually,
How does it
when
feel,
that
though?
shit grabs your stuff and
Yeah.
it holds it in place,
Yeah.
it feels so good.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like it's just there. It's like it's not going nowhere.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you feel secure, almost like you're wearing a bulletproof vest.
Oh shit,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Haynes, you're not doing your job, bro. You gotta come up with the better
I
underwear.
can get that comfort. You know, when it's winter and I was a kid in school, I was just put my hands in my balls. It warms me up.
like a weighted blanket.
Yeah.
After a while, did it just kind of like the thought of like you wearing it that just goes away?
Yeah, it goes away.
Yeah, it
it
goes
gets
away.
numb.
Oh,
You know
it
what
goes
I mean?
now.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit, bro. Can't feel nothing no more.
Yeah. But, let's go back real quick to the Oscar de la Hoya.
Okay, go
thing.
for
I
it,
think that when those pictures came out,
Yeah.
if he would have just owned it,
Yeah,
it would have been way better. You would have been like, yeah, we were
1000%.
fucking around. We were having a
1000%.
fucking party.
1000%.
Like, it was a hooker boxing party.
Yeah.
It was costume party.
Yeah.
Like, let's just what?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what year was that when that happened.
This was like in the early
90s?
2000s.
2000?
Early
Yeah,
2000s.
yeah, because it's
Yeah,
like
well, yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
They
because
were- yeah.
Wait,
Photoshop
that'll
was
be
coming
cool.
up. You know, Photoshop was coming up, and they kind of brought in an analysis.
Yeah, it was
Photoshop,
barely Photoshop, right?
And it's all like pixelated. Like, oh yeah, if this
Yeah.
box was over here,
That's
it would have been.
hilarious,
I was
bro.
like, bro, shut up.
That's very
Dude.
capping
Like,
as well. Yeah,
stupid.
I felt that way too.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like throughout the whole documentary, I'm like, okay, I get what you're trying to say, but you're not saying exactly what you're saying, and I understand what you're trying to say without even saying it. And throughout the whole freaking documentary, you kind of already start picking up things like,
Yeah.
oh, this was blaming everything on everyone else about, you know, his upbringing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like even his success story, he wasn't happy. And I'm
Right,
like,
right.
I'm like, bro, like shut up, like
Yeah.
shut up. Like at this point, like I can't. My head is like now, it can't understand where you're at because you don't want to actually acknowledge who you are
Be
as
yourself.
a person.
Yeah, just try to be yourself at that point.
Yeah.
But like, who are you at that point? Like,
That's
it's like
true.
the case of the child actor or the child fucking
Yeah, fame and being
fame as a
young. Yeah.
kid will fuck you up. It's
Oh,
like
for
he
sure.
doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who are you, bro?
Because
Like,
you're on the spotlight the whole time.
You've been
you know?
chasing clout your whole life. You've been giving
Handed.
to your
Yeah.
audience or whatever.
That is interesting.
It's
Whether
like-
it be that boxing person, but just putting all your time in that one specific thing, and eventually you get burned out, and you're like, "What is it all mean?
Yeah.
What am I?" And that's a tough.
Yeah,
place to
Especially
be.
when you meet your goals too. Towards
yeah,
them.
that-
When
yeah.
he got it, when he got his manager after winning the Olympics,
Yeah.
like he was just like a product at that point, and he was just the golden boy.
That's
It was
basically
just
what
the
it
golden boy.
A golden boy statue.
Like think about
Yeah.
a similar kind of situation is like Jake Paul right now, right? He's been making YouTube videos since he
Yeah.
was a kid. Now he's into boxing. He's pretty famous.
He's always leveling up and different goals in his life. Yeah.
That's imagine living a life like that, bro. To me, I feel like that's too much intensity, too much of the time. I like to chill sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm sure he chills sometimes too, but he's probably always thinking about the next tweet or like who his next opponent is.
Always on.
Yeah, always on.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's young, so he could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's making it. You know, he's making
Yeah,
that
he's
money.
doing it.
Yeah, he's making that money for
Getting
sure.
Fucking rich.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Send that
crazy.
money over, bro.
Hell yeah.
We need that. We need that money.
Yeah, we
We
do.
don't want to be strippers either.
We're not gonna go that low, bro. We're not gonna be strippers. Hell no.
I'll be pretty bad at being a stripper, dude.
You would?
Yeah, dude.
I think there's a category of women that would want to see you dance.
Oh, there's something for
Yeah,
everybody.
you know.
Was that or somebody for everything or something like that?
I don't know. There's
So-
a demographic of a woman that would
Yeah,
definitely want
fuck
to
yeah.
see
Yeah,
Enrique.
yeah.
I could thrust.
That the surprise party, you know?
I know how to thrust. pretty good.
I could thrust.
I could thrust. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to dance like that. Like it'd be hard for me to dance. I probably have to get in shape first.
Okay.
Until I will like because I saw your videos of in that motion and being in the moment. That's something that's amazing to be in. You know, You did that for 5 years.
Till the pandemic, really.
The pandemic stopped it.
Yeah, because the main thing, not the main thing, but one thing I really liked about going to college to dance is that they have the studios. Like it's a big space with a nice floor, either the Marley, which is the one where the ballet people dance, or the hardwood, which is the one you wear shoes at where you do hip hop. But they got these big ass mirrors. They got the nice sound system.
Wow.
And the open space. You know, when the pandemic hit, they were like, all right, we're doing Zoom dance class.
Shit.
And I had to be in my room, which is smaller than this room, trying to fucking dance. And I'm like, nah, this is...
You're kicking your table?
Yeah, like not even... Can't even move, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is causing more anxiety than if I just didn't dance.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to dance. I'm going to just go outside. Like, I'm not going to be in my room trying to dance on Zoom.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to dance outside like a diva, right? Because of the concrete. I don't want to dance on the concrete. I want to be barefoot and do cool shit. But after that, dancing at home was not it for me. And I just went harder into work and
just focused on that.
Just been working. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. And eventually the podcast, Little Brad Boys, came into play, right?
Oh, yeah. So since I wasn't doing dance at school and everybody had free time most of the time, me and Frankie just fucking doubled down on the pod. And then that year and then the year after that was really good for us because we were just grinding it.
Yeah. It showed. Damn, so when you do something like you say, you put 100% in it.
Yeah, I try to, bro. I try to because... I don't know if it's that I think it's more of like when I get into something, I get really into it and I kind of fizz everything else out.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like,
get like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Just on that one specific thing.
Yes. And then eventually like I'll get a little bored of it and I'll find something else. Okay. And like you'll catch me on my different fucking things. Like right, I just fucking got a PS5 and I've been grinding on Warzone, bro. Never been a video game guy in my life.
Okay.
Until like last year in Thanksgiving.
That's tight.
I was like, oh shit, I need one of these. Because I was playing on my nephew shit. I was like, I need one of these. And I've been just grinding on that. I was like, where the fuck is this coming from? But it's just, I find something, I like it, and I get into it, you know? And then like, I've had that shit with different things like fishing, fucking hiking, the pod, dancing.
Wow.
A bunch of shit. Like,
when it comes to the podcast, was it already started before the pandemic? And then you guys just kind of like went full force in the pandemic, or was it started during the pandemic?
It was a bit before. It was like 2018.
Okay.
We it was a laptop like this and just 2 mics.
Oh, cool.
No video.
Okay.
No mixer. Just directly into GarageBand.
Yeah, and then the backstory between Frankie and you, how did that come?
We met in high school.
Okay.
And we've always just been cool as fuck.
Okay.
And in high school we used to roast each other.
Okay.
Not just me and him, but the group of our friends.
Yeah.
It was like 10 of us.
Yeah.
And during lunchtime was the fucking time to go at it.
Yeah.
And I remember going to sleep thinking about the roast jokes I was going to use the next day.
There you go.
To my friends in their face. You know what I'm saying?
See, I love that stuff though. I miss that.
Yeah,
like
me too.
that idea that you could literally make fun of your friend as hard as you want without the repercussion of thinking I'm going to hurt his feelings, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because me and Enrique had just met around this year.
Okay.
So we're barely building that like dynamic of like, okay, we now know backstories, little like, okay, how you navigate life and all that stuff. But
trust has a lot to do with it as well.
Exactly.
Trust is very important.
Exactly. But we're building that camaraderie of like friendships. But yeah, for sure. I had that same thing when I was growing up. Like literally me and my friends are like, oh, you're gay. And then he's gay. And then everyone's gay. You know, at the end of the day, we don't know who's gay, but we're all gay.
Hilarious,
right? But yeah, I 100% understand that. So that the dynamic of you and Frankie just built off just the friendship of that.
And we just kept being friends.
Okay.
Like out of the 10 of us, it was me and him that just continued to be friends.
Okay.
And the relationship never changed. We always bag on each other and bag on other people as well. You know, like bullies do. And we're pretty different. Yeah. But like since we've known each other for so long and have like the same similar sense of humor. We were doing these conversations at work without recording. Okay. You know, we'd be dying laughing, bro. And then we were just like, bro, what if we record this and share it with our friends? I think they would like it.
Okay. You came up with that idea?
I don't know. It
Within
was probably together.
Because
Frankie was into podcasts before I was. So he was already listening to podcasts.
Right.
Okay.
And then I guess we were just like, bro, let's record, you know? Yeah. And he was like, check this podcast. And I was like, oh, it's just funny. Yeah. We could do this. We should record it. So it just kind of grew into it.
Okay. Yeah.
So then we would record on no video. And we did a lot of podcasts we didn't air, you know?
Yeah.
Some cringy ass ones.
That you guys didn't like?
Yeah, that we kind of regretted after, I guess.
Like
not regretted, but we're like, that shit is
whack.
Yeah, like
there was one of ours that we did that. We skipped it. Like literally that same day, we're like, bro, we could do better. Yeah. Let's go out to eat. Let's do this again. Yeah. And it was like an hour and a half pod. Yeah. Like it was like, bro, I know we could do better. Conversation could flow a lot better.
Yeah.
And we're like, are we really wanting to start this way? I'm like, nah, bro, let's get some food, get some energy, let's rework it, and then came back and we hit it stronger.
Yeah.
So I get 100% understand.
We
that
would
stuff.
record probably once a month. It was not consistent at all. And a lot of it was kind of figuring out how we want to start. So we did some later in the evening. We did some in the morning. We did some with coffee. We did some with beer. Did some with weed.
Trying to find that flow.
See which one is best suits the way.
Wow. Okay.
Which, like, it's like when you peak or you
yeah.
want to find out when our energies meet and get to that point where like this is what we want to record.
Yeah, I get that.
And oftentimes we'll hang out. We're like, oh, let's run this errand real quick, and we'll record right after.
Yeah.
But we'll waste all the material on the way to and back the errand. And like, fuck, we just did the podcast in the car.
Exactly.
And then try to redo it again.
And it's
with the
different.
same topics and everything. Like, all right, we already heard what you were gonna say.
And to us, we've always wanted to be unscripted and freestyle, just fucking let it flow. And if we already did a joke earlier and we try to force it on the pod, it just fucking didn't hit the same.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, you feel it and then you kind of see it too. Especially if you're doing video.
Yeah. Like me, I like to improvise, or fuck, I sound like a bitch when it's all about me.
No.
But like,
sound like a superstar already.
Let me rephrase. Some people are better at improvising and are willing to, fucking give it a little. And some people are like, okay, this is already cringy. Let me just shut down.
Yeah,
you know?
okay, gotcha.
And but to answer your question, it started 2018, super inconsistent, very low value.
Okay.
It was until the pandemic that we're like, if we want to grow this, we have to do an episode every week.
Okay.
And then we said, we're going to do Sunday at 11.
Oh, okay.
And every Sunday at 11, we were there for like a year and a half without missing one episode.
Nice.
And at a time, we did 2 episodes a week.
Nice.
Wow.
We're like, we'll do one just us, and we'll do one with a guest.
Okay.
And we'll release them like 3 days. Because Joe Rogan does that where he fucking drops 3, 4, 5 podcasts a week.
Yeah, but that's all he does though. He doesn't have a job.
Right? So I'm like, at that time, we had time. So let's fucking get it. Let's fucking do it. But it was a lot of work. I didn't do much of it. Frankie did almost all of it.
He does the technical stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He's basically the producer of the show.
Oh, gotcha. That's cool.
And but we did it, and then we just kept getting better. Okay. Like we would show up better,
getting comfortable with the microphone, conversations,
throwing ideas, fucking figuring out how to make it flow, and then also probably the most exhausting part to Frankie and me as well is connecting with people and fucking reaching out and supporting and all that, all the grind of fucking. The industry, if you
guys are more into the idea of like the comfortability between the connection that you guys already has as friends.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of your formula. Like you guys had built already from not even before the podcast. Right. So getting a guest, it's almost the interview style. And I think we spoke about this, me and Enrique, because we started this pod and it's just me and him. But I'm used to the interview style. Yeah. So that's where my strengths come in, and his strengths come in as far as like the improvising by himself. Yeah. So the conversation between me and him, we talk differently, we communicate differently. So we're building that formula ourselves too. Beautiful. And the way that you're talking about like the time, the eating, if he's gonna smoke weed or if he's not gonna smoke weed, that kind of thing. We're kind of like. I'm kind of analyzing him like, hey, I kind of thought you were a little bit more like this. Yeah. Maybe try it a little bit more like we're all trying to build it where we want it to grow in a way where it makes sense for everybody. Yep. But yeah, I 100% understand that perspective.
For us, the first rule was comedy. It's a fucking comedy podcast. Yeah. And we're gonna have fun, and that was like the most important shit to us. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, we we would have standards like. Quality over quantity. Okay. If we would record and we had some on backlog and we felt like something was not hitting, then we'd be like, you know what, fuck that. Oh, okay. Let's just fucking skip this week. That's just not like sometimes it happened multiple times where we don't press record. It is like, oh shit. Do we just throw the video out there with no audio?
Oh shit. Right.
Nah. Sorry guys. Yeah. Like
how are they gonna listen?
Listen through the fucking. Because we record on the iPhone. So the iPhone catches a little bit of audio.
Gotcha.
But it's not, I wouldn't listen to it. So why would anybody else?
Yeah. It happened to us on the first episode.
Yeah.
Like
it's always one of those.
It's literally the first episode. I was like, I thought they already knew OBS. And I was like, all right, you guys take care of the technical sitting back. And like, you guys got it? They're like, yeah. And then, of course, they push record.
There was no audio coming through.
The audio was literally through the laptop. Throughout the whole time.
Did you guys almost fight?
Nah.
No.
You guys
You
didn't-
have fighting moments?
Yeah, we almost got down.
Yeah?
Me and Frankie one time.
Yeah.
So you ain't doing enough.
Not like that, but
like, okay.
something like that.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like
It
that.
was heated.
Like,
It was heated.
Like you guys got hungry and you guys are just hangry.
Nah, but it's cool. Like
yeah,
it's
it gets-
cool.
I
We're
guess-
so close. Like
Yeah.
we're so cool. Like that we could fight, and then like 5 minutes later we'll be like, so what are we gonna eat? You know what I mean? Like,
You want tacos?
yeah,
I wonder when me and Irvin gonna fight, dude.
Oh, it's gonna happen soon, bro.
Well, fool, it's because fool, you gotta understand, fool. That,
Bro's
like,
breaking my door.
I did break
There was
it.
a slider door downstairs, bro. He broke it.
I had to take a piss.
I was like, that was like the
Fuck,
third
bro.
piss he took on that
Yeah.
pod, bro. I was like, come on,
as
how
soon
old
as
are
I
you?
swung that door open,
like-
that thing went.
And he didn't even tell me during the pod. He told me afterwards. We're just like literally just chatting it up. He's like, hey, I need to break your heart. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, like, what'd you do, bro?
I broke your door, dude.
I was like, what the?
Yeah.
How'd you break a slight, like literally it's a swinging door. Like, how do you break that? He's like, well, I just pushed it. I'm like, bro,
I was
you don't
running
just.
with speed, and then as I ran, I pushed.
This one did the sumo fucking.
And that thing went. And I was like, oh.
I was like, bro, what's going on over here?
I had like
happens,
two
bro.
ideas. Like, okay, put it back together and let him go to the bathroom. Like, oh, dude, you broke your own door. Or go, I fucking broke it. It's one of those things, man.
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah.
It's
It
whatever.
happens, bro. Shit
Yeah.
gets wet. Fucking shit falls. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, it's easier to actually get into those type of arguments if you're that close to a friend already because you're really comfortable.
Yeah.
And the more comfortable it is that you are, the more insulting you're gonna get. Of course, me and him are just building that relationship
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like I'm kind of getting there where I could kind of insult him, but I know and I don't know because I still don't know, how far I could take it. At this point, it's just more of just let's just build that relationship as far as like
cool.
friends and stuff.
I like what you guys are doing though. It's badass.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks, thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's getting going.
Yeah, we're
like,
finding our
rhythm.
our mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're getting
sure,
there.
sure enough. You guys are talented.
Yeah.
You guys ain't assholes.
Hey, it comes off sometimes.
It is what it is. It's part of it, bro. Sometimes you say shit on the internet and people don't like it.
yeah,
you know?
it happens.
That's yeah.
And fuck it, like it's on the internet, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I live a real life outside too.
exactly.
You know, like,
Yeah, 100%.
come
yeah.
cancel me at the house.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck, bro?
Knock on my door.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what happened though with the little brown boys. The whole.
But before we get
cancellation,
into the cancellation, I do want to go into the if we do get in. I don't know how comfortable you get into that.
Yeah. I don't know.
How did that actual name come about?
Yeah.
The title.
That's a good question. I'm not really sure.
It just came in your dreams.
Frankie said it, and I was like, "Yep."
The little
All right,
brown
let's
boy.
go.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
And at first we were just Lil Brown Boys, but then it was kind of weird, so we put the in front of it.
Okay. The
You
Little
know?
Brown Boys?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And I was like, how long are we gonna be the Little Brown Boys? Like, you think that one day we're gonna graduate to
Right.
like the older Brown Boys?
at least the middle.
I mean, Little Wayne still
and
gets
it's crazy
called
because
Lil
we're not even that brown,
Right.
But
Compared to us, for sure, you're not, bro.
but it was more about like in the beginning, it was more about being us,
Yeah.
not necessarily like the Latino kids on the block or
Yeah.
anything like that. But it was like me and Frankie, we've always worked with our hands and got down and dirty, and we just wanted to put that side out there.
Yeah.
Not just the fucking I'm an actor,
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
TikToker,
Yeah.
or like we wanted to kind of show like we do the pod, but we also have to fucking go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, and
like your everyday man. You know?
I want to not just man, but the Mexican side of we're working. You know,
Gotcha.
like there's that stereotype that fucking Mexicans work hard, and we just wanted to be like, yeah, we do.
Does it come out? Does it come out for us?
Would it be the?
Or the stereotype that we work hard?
I mean, we're doing this once a week, man.
I was like, I don't know, bro. That stereotype is dwindling.
So when we moved from no video to video, the first set was in the garage with the lawnmowers in the back, the toolbox in the back, and like the real like garage in the back.
Yeah, I
more
remember
authentic.
the first few video episodes, right?
Yeah.
They were in the garage.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
I feel
You
like
got a
this
Yoletta?
fits.
You got-
Yeah, we had a little cooler as
Yeah.
as a coffee table.
Yeah, I remember
We're like,
that.
this kind of represents what we're about.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we like to hang out on driveways
Yeah.
and drink.
Yeah.
We like to fucking be in the garage messing with tools.
Yeah.
Like at first I was like, this is the aesthetic. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
may.
Wow. Oh.
But then in the
Purposely,
summer,
yeah.
it got fucking hot.
Yeah,
and it
for
was like, you can't record
Yeah,
in the
for sure.
fucking
It gets
garage
hot out
here,
with
too.
everything closed, trying to be soundproof. You
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
So we moved and yeah.
That's
but
cool.
we try to keep that. Then we put all the Mexican shit on the wall.
Okay.
Like that's what we put the Mexican comedians, the
Yeah.
fucking Mexican flag skateboard. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool, man. So it kind of like gradually started you started to see where it was going, like as far as like, okay, this is our demographic of our audience because we talk a certain way, we want to represent a certain thing, and we want to keep it where we're liking what we're talking about.
And the shit we talk about usually always boils down to food and how our mom would react.
Okay.
You know, or our dad would react.
Okay.
That's usually where all the jokes lead to.
Yeah.
Like
life stories.
how your dad's gonna act to react to this shit. So that's kind of the story where we'll tell stories from our childhood, and it's all like Spanglish.
Okay.
And so that was kind of our fucking. This is who we are.
Yeah, that's our niche. You know, this is who we are, literally. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. Yeah, and as far as like currently now, as far as like what you guys are doing, how is it? What's the future for the pod as far as like what you guys see it going?
Bro. I don't know.
You
I really don't know. I really
playing
don't know.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I mean, you guys, like you said, the garage. Now you have this beautiful table.
the
you guys'
setup.
setup is beautiful, man.
Yeah, I saw that setup too.
You guys, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
is a whole different
It
world.
reminds
It's
me of the setup of Bad Friends.
Yeah. It looks
the
just like it, huh?
tabletop.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of gave me that vibe. Like, all right.
Yeah. So it's crazy how things change, right?
Okay.
Life is forever changing and shit, and that's just what's been going on. You know, like
changing.
we never, when we started the pod, we were never like, we're gonna be rich off this.
Okay.
Like, we're not gonna fucking go famous.
Okay.
We're like, we're doing this for fun, and we want to share it. Who wants to listen is gonna listen. Who
Yeah.
doesn't listen, well, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And like I said, things change. You know,
The perspective of what it is.
perspectives change.
Of like how far you guys want to take it. Because at some point in the middle where you guys were actually getting the followers and subscribers and people are actually being more engaged into the comments and stuff, you notice it.
Well, let me clarify. Let me clarify. I guess our personal lives changed.
Gotcha.
Where like I have a job that I'm taking serious.
Okay.
That I see myself doing for the rest, and it's like a career.
Yeah.
It is a career. You know, I'm trying to build a business.
Yeah.
And Frankie has his life. You know, she has changed for him too, and he's very focused on that.
Gotcha.
The podcast is like in the middle. If we get the chance to do it, we do it.
Gotcha.
There's no pressure.
Gotcha.
You know, like I said, it's quality over quantity.
Gotcha.
We're not gonna drop. I mean, we try not to drop like shitty episodes
Yeah.
and shit like that.
You're not going to force it.
Wow,
Not
that's
gonna
cool.
force
I
it.
like that. It's very casual.
And it's very casual.
It's like
you
going
know?
to the gym once in a while.
Yeah, because we don't know anything to anybody.
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? So it's like,
Not forced.
unless the only thing that kind of carries is like the space that we use. You know, it's there.
Yeah.
So it's like, is it just being a wasteful amount of space right now that we're not using it?
Right.
But it's there to use it when we want to use it. You know, that's probably the only thing.
That's comforting.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool.
Whenever you get that spark of an idea of inspiration, hey, let's, boom.
And like I said, there's no
Yeah.
pressure and there's no
Yeah.
like we don't know anybody, nothing. So.
There's something about that, having no pressure, and then I think having that allows you eventually to find what you always been looking for, because you ain't forcing it.
Right,
it's
right.
just like kind of like naturally becomes it.
Yeah.
I like that.
For the
Yeah.
time that we were grinding, we
Yeah.
were grinding.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
we were doing. We
Right.
were because recording on Sunday is just one thing.
Yeah.
Then you gotta edit the episode, right? Then you gotta
Thumbnails.
and then
Yeah.
I feel like if you want a podcast to grow, you have to have guests. Unless you yourself are getting out there.
Yeah.
Like comedians, right?
Exactly.
You're a comedian, people see your set, they want to see your Instagram, then they see you have a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but if I just go to work, come back, do
Yeah.
a pod with no guests, it's
Yeah.
like who's gonna watch me?
Exactly.
I have
Who's
to do
gonna push it? Yeah, who's pushing it?
and
Yeah.
how are you pushing
Exactly.
it, right?
Right.
Literally, with conversation that we had yesterday about building a community, as far as like, hey, what's your community? And then I started, because literally, me and him are barely getting to know each other. We've known each other for at least a couple of months. I would say 7 months, but that's not really knowing somebody. You know, like I know my community because I'm coming in from teaching. I'm coming in from like building my studio, and that comes from like the doing real estate photography and other productions. So I have my clientele that follows and always supports me. But then again, I have to understand, okay, what's his community so that we could also serve his community. And of course, because we're trying to build something and we're trying to build it with a purpose as well, we're like, okay, we're doing a thing, but how to grow it in a way where we're not going to burn ourselves out either.
Right.
And that's kind of where my business mind always goes into. And what you just said right now, literally is what we spoke about. Is like, well, we need to build that community of our own pod as far as like on YouTube, or if not Instagram. And then the biggest or the fastest way and the easiest way is literally start bringing in guests.
Yep.
Because their audience is then going to follow us, or, you know, like at least someone from that demographic of ear will then follow something of ours, you know, even if it's not the whole page, they'll follow at least the clips.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I 100% understand what you're kind of going off
And
of.
it's a grind. It's a grind. You know, Frankie and myself, we have these personalities that, how can I say this? We have these personalities that we're picky, I guess, with the
Picky
people
on-
that we hang out with,
Okay.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And we try not to be fake.
Yeah.
We try to keep it real.
Yeah.
And not kiss ass to people and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
for sure.
So for that time that we were doing the guest, a lot of chunk is fucking having a smile and fucking, hey,
yeah.
dude, good shit.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
nice to see
Yeah.
you. Fucking, I'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
fucking all this shit.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit's exhausting,
Yeah.
bro. You're fucking doing publicity or
Yeah,
whatever,
for
you
sure.
know? And I think I'm better at it than Frankie is.
Yeah.
Frankie's just like, man, fuck that fool. And shit like that. And I'm like, nah, hold on, bro. This was actually cool as fuck, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and there's times where like, hey, fool, I'm gonna invite this person. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Right.
The fuck?
Yeah.
And I'll just show up, do no research, and just be like, so what's up with you, bro?
Yeah,
like,
who
you know,
are you?
Yeah.
like,
What's your name?
tell me, why you? Right?
Yeah.
Why you?
Why are you coming through?
Like, why is your brand so cool?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
Okay.
and it's just a lot of that. You
It
know?
becomes politics for sure.
Of course. And it's the industry, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it is.
you see these pods, right,
Yeah.
that are doing their thing right now, and it's just like you see them all at the same events and shit like that. You're fucking networking. You're in.
Yeah.
Little community.
You're plugging into the industry, my boy. You know, you want to be Hollywood. You want to get on the radio. But that's what you got to do. You gotta
Yeah,
go.
there's definitely
that
formulas
could
to
be
doing
exhausting.
everything. Me, myself, I'm an introvert, so I don't really like going out. He goes out more than I do, and he's married. That's how far I'm, that kind of thing. You know,
Fucked up.
right, we have a brewery like literally like 5 minutes away.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
After a pod, he's
Hell
like, "Hey,
yeah.
bro, let's go." I'm like, "Nah, I'm done, bro. Like, I don't want to go out. Like, I
He goes
don't
to sleep at 9.
like. I want to just go to sleep, get up early, go to work, and that's my life.
Yeah, yeah. I
But-
see when they make you take the shots, you make them run.
I'm like, nah, I'm
That
good, bro.
show's funny, bro. That show's hilarious.
But that's who I am. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my personality.
cool.
And I get it that there are certain ways of doing things not being genuine. Like the idea,
Yeah.
like community, like the community of like building with another person has to be genuine. And I do understand what you're saying as far as like people are connecting, but they're not doing it in the right intent.
Right.
And for me, it's longevity. Like, how long is this gonna last? That type of community. And for me, honestly, I see things as they are. And if I'm gonna build a relationship, like I'm building one with you right now, like I'm like, oh, he's cool. First
Thanks.
time meeting you, I've seen your pod. I've heard things about, through you about Enrique. I'm like, oh yeah, he's a cool guy. Like, let's definitely have him in. Like I'm not gonna just bring in somebody that doesn't know how to talk, that just wants to be a part of a podcast because it's a podcast, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Or if not, it's another podcaster, but yet I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
am I just gonna use you because I think you're gonna use? I don't know it's just this distortion of the idea of what it is. But yeah, I get where you're kind of going after that idea. Like people are doing certain things and building the club, right now. And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I like the support system that you guys are doing. But how many of you guys are calling each other when something is needed?
Right.
That kind of thing. Is it just for the moment that because podcasting right now is in and it's popular, and I know that the Chicano Hispanic thing is kind of really popular right now.
It's popping a lot.
Like-
It's popping.
Exactly.
It popping.
Yeah.
And I didn't
bring out the hot Cheetos.
right?
It's looking like Tijuana here.
Right. And I didn't even know it was a thing until I met him. And then also there's another pod out here called Shada Brown. I didn't know it was a thing because I have my own little community of pod. I have my own podcast, but I'm more of a guest kind of interview kind of style. And it's just friends. Like literally, you don't have to be famous. You don't have to be nobody. If we're cool, we're cool.
Have a good
And
conversation.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
talking shit. We're just like having a conversation. There's some podcasts or episodes that they're 4 hours. That person is just a friend, and
That's dope.
we're just chilling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is what I like as a podcast. And
Yeah.
then once I got into the formula or I got the invite, to like jump in, like, hey, you invite me into your pod, cool. And then it kind of like they showed me the formula of what's happening right now. I'm like,
The
shit.
trendy shit.
I'm like, oh, okay, I'm from the AV. I see what's going on in the Valley, and it's kind of going on and revolving around here,
Yeah.
which is cool. But my thing is like, how many are they actually calling each other for advice or certain things, or are they just using one another's platform to actually just kind of like almost like it's almost announcing the popularity of what they are, that kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, that's like I said, the community is fine. It is what it is, but I don't want it to be a trend though.
Yeah.
Like it has to start with a place where it has to start with a good place in your mind so that it could start and end in a good place. If it's ending or if it's starting in a place where I'm just using it as a momentarily so that I could be popular for myself or for my podcast, then that for me, there's no longevity in it.
I get you.
Just like everything else, the trends do go away. If your shit is good, it's going to be good, no matter who your audience demographic is.
Yep.
But if you're just making it to be something that someone else did and you're just kind of copycatting after that, I'm like, all right, bro, like we got to talk here. What's going on? Like,
It's they all have the same identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Having the same takes is what kills me too.
Yeah.
Like the thing that got, I guess, not tiresome because I enjoy it is like current events, right?
Yeah.
Talk about current events.
Yeah, for sure.
But everybody's talking about current
Exactly.
events.
For example,
sure,
that submarine story,
that's
right?
what we do. That's what we do. We talk about current events.
Exactly.
But it's like, are we all gonna have the same takes?
1000%, bro. Like then that's what I noticed. Like
I listen to one podcast, it's like I listen to all of them.
That's when you came in, you asked me like, hey, what type of podcast? I'm like Joe Rogan, like Bobby Lee. But I'm into like the bigger, more mainstream podcast because that's how I started.
Same.
The idea of what a podcast. That's where it all derived from. But now it's more of like, because like now I'm seeing the concepts of like the Chicano pods coming up. I'm like, okay, like you said, it's almost like everyone has the same formula. Like, okay, this is what we're going to do. The next thing is this. And then I'm like, oh, wasn't that the other podcast? That kind of thing. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? For me and him, we always talk. I'm like, if I see something that I didn't like, I'm like, bro, we need to do this, or we need to start doing this type of segment. Like, and I'm talking to him like, you need to be the funny guy. You need to be this. And I'll be the more intellectual guy because I'm not the funny guy. I'm more of the serious guy. You have to be you.
Have you guys done a food show?
A food show?
Where you go to a restaurant and vlog the food?
No, not yet.
All right, you guys got to do that one. Bro, go check out restaurants.
Yeah. There's already a template of doing that.
What's up, guys? Today we're here at...
Check it out. My sticker's right here.
Come with us. Or whatever. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's more of just like everyone's kind of almost getting tired.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it on the algorithm on Instagram too. Like, we're starting this podcast. I'm like, are people getting tired, not just of the content, but literally of the face?
Or just,
Because it's like we're announcing already without announcing that we're Hispanic.
Yeah.
We're dark as hell, bro.
Yeah.
We don't have to have a title.
A name that says I'm Nopal.
Exactly,
You know?
right? 1000%. They
Yeah.
just already automatically assume that we're like going to talk about certain concepts of like Hispanic orientation. It comes out because that's what we live. That's our experience. So it's going to come out naturally. But literally now the newer...
The viewers,
like he said, the ears that are coming through, they're like, well, another one.
And I'm not even gonna cap, but we are probably hypocrites, the little brown boy crew and I, right? Because we did all that.
Yeah.
This summer, 17 Mexicans
shit.
start a podcast,
And Nopal.
and it's called Crossing the Border.
Oh, shit.
But legally, because we have papers. But we did all that, bro.
Yeah.
I remember I was so inspired by Flagrant 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need a set just like that.
Yeah.
And we copied that shit,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And I'll say that shit proudly
Yeah.
because I was inspired.
Yeah.
And I was never afraid to give props.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like we're doing this like them.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I was just talking to him about. Like a lot of things I used to find a little cringy that people will copy a formula of somebody. And I thought it was like super corny, be original. But at the end of the day, if you want to be successful, you have to do what everybody's doing now are successful.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about this because it's interesting to me. It's so hard to be original nowadays, bro, because it's so much shit has been done that it's like, how are you going to be original?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
At that point, it's like a podcast as well. It's like an idea of starting a podcast is already getting burned out.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a podcast.
Yeah,
at this
anybody
point.
could start one, and it's just work.
Yeah.
To fucking be consistent,
Yeah.
and to have good conversations, bro. That's the thing. Like a podcast is cool because you can have ideas and brainstorm shit and fucking have beef or drama and new shit's gonna happen. You know, like current events, shit's always different. But like with like clothing brands, with music, with like more like stuff,
like merch.
things have been done already. How
you gotta innovate it?
Yeah, how can you make a T-shirt that doesn't look like another T-shirt? Now that's what's popular. Take a logo that's been made and then make it your own. Like something
Copy and paste.
right? Like the McDonald's logo, but it says
Yeah.
my ass
My-
or something, you know. But it's the big M, and
Yeah.
it's like this is my merch.
Yeah.
Is that original?
Where
No,
you-
right? It was,
yeah.
it's
No, that's-
inspired by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with being inspired by, but give credit when you do get inspired by something.
It's just and then you got a whole room full of like everybody doing the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
You got the podcast of just homies talking
You could be
to
like,
each other.
hey,
It's-
I
yeah.
seen this one podcast do this, so we're gonna give it a try today.
Yeah.
You know, like with pranksters, they'll be
Yeah.
like, I seen this one YouTuber do this prank. Shout out to him.
Okay, so
We're
just
gonna
give
try it
credit.
tonight. Give credit. Yeah, don't
What
act like
inspi-
it's your
yeah.
own.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Because it's hard for something to be your own nowadays.
Yeah,
unless you
exactly.
fucking do shrooms and fucking really
Right.
think about something.
Yeah.
Like let's do a podcast
Yeah.
like with homeless people or
Right.
something. Well, somebody already does that.
Right.
but,
There's
like,
everybody does everything already.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
to be original,
Yeah.
bro. But like, hey, you know, we took the set from fucking Bad Friends. We're like, this is sick. It's I like the desk more than being like slouched on a couch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's give it a try.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah, the table for me was Joe Rogan. Literally,
Oh, that's sick.
because
I
I have
like
another
Joe Rogan.
room where we use for podcasts, and it's more of a living room space, kind of
Yeah.
looking backdrop and everything. But I don't like it because it's not what I have envisioned. Because I saw Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
and I see Joe Rogan doing the table. I'm like, I like that table interview
yeah,
style.
this is more interview style.
Yeah, exactly.
The couches are more like a hang, like
Yeah,
like flagrant is now. It's,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like couches.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like, hey, what's up?
yeah,
Doc?
exactly.
Yeah.
And this is more like, so tell me about your trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's talk about your
Basically,
feelings.
what,
crazy,
what happened in elementary school?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan for
Yeah,
sure. Dog.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's definitely the inspiration as far as like how I got into the podcasting. But like just like you guys, I never got into the idea of like making it into something where it's like economical. You know, like the idea like finances wasn't my thought process. For me, it was more like, let me just bring in people because I don't like going out, so let them come to me.
Yeah.
So it
That's
just
good.
it just became more of that for me, and it worked. You know, like it's just a bunch of friends talking. I met Enrique, literally inviting him through my pod, and we became friends. You know, there's other podcasters out here that I invited, and you know, just started building like little friendships out through the podcast. But it was never, I'm going to make this a thing where I'm going to support myself.
Yeah.
Now we're building it more on the idea of the purpose of like, hey, let's make it more unique. You know, that's where we're always talking like, hey, the concepts of like your strengths are this, my strengths are that. And then let's work on, you know, the dynamic of like the flow of a conversation. And like you were saying, like the idea of like hourlies and then times 2E, you know, how does it affect you when you smoke at this time? So we're kind of like now analyzing.
Picking.
ours was easy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys want to know our secret sauce?
What was it?
What's your secret?
So Sunday at 11 with some cold beers in the fridge. bro.
Okay.
That was our sauce.
Okay.
No breakfast.
Oh, shit.
Just get in there, crack a few brews, and
Okay.
fucking talk shit and get fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
You know, just fucking say some wild shit.
So you guys never came up with like actual paper, like the topics of like starting like, hey, we're going to talk about this current event today.
Yeah, like
or,
a template.
yeah.
So when we first started, we just freestyled the whole shit.
Okay.
We'd go for like an hour and a half. We just freestyle.
Let her
But
rip.
You could only do that so much until you start repeating yourself.
Mm.
Like, fuck, I said this shit last week. So then we would had a whiteboard and we just write shit on it.
Mm-hmm.
No particular order. It was just like a route. So like we'll segue. We're always open to segues and tangents.
Yeah.
But then sometimes those end and you're like, so what now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, boom, get back to the whiteboard. Choose another random topic.
Gotcha.
And then we do that, and then we kind of being more methodical and specific with the topics.
Yeah.
Like we'll talk about this one, then we'll move to this one.
Yeah.
We'll still open the tangents,
Yeah.
but then we'll fucking segue to the next thing. And then it was like that for a while where we
Okay.
would fucking do our topics.
Uh-huh.
We would have like 2 segments. We would do the Imagine Food segment. Where it'd be like, hey, food, imagine food that fucking this shit. And
Yeah.
then that was one of our biggest strengths, that we would just fucking imagine shit.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we'd just throw out these crazy scenarios. And we would do fucking, what else do we do? Like extreme sports.
Okay.
We were never really into sports, but we
Yeah.
fucking break down sports and
Okay.
shit like that. Like, it was all comedy.
Okay.
It was almost always comedy.
Yeah.
We talk about the state of comedy, like
Yeah.
other podcasts,
Yeah.
fucking stand-up specials,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Okay.
So we had that down for a good. And then when a guest would come, we'd interview them. You know,
Okay.
we'd be like, what you got going on?
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
working
yeah.
on? How'd you grow up?
Yeah.
You know, what's your favorite food?
Was it an
Fucking-
easy transition going in from the segment style to the interview style for you guys?
Yeah. Like I said, it was always fun and
Okay.
just fucking no pressure. It was
Okay.
like we just shoot the shit. Like,
Was there anyone in the guest style where they hit, I said this, could you delete it? the pod at least.
Wait, say that again.
You know, like you interviewed somebody and they said something that they didn't really want
Yeah,
out
they wanted,
there.
yeah.
And then they tell you guys, hey, could you at least delete this?
Yo, I remember I said something. Can you delete that, please?
I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
Never had that conflict.
I don't think so.
No, that's cool.
I don't think so.
No, because I've had people do that. Like I'll say something, and I like to argue.
Yeah.
I like to rebuttal. Everything for me is a rebuttal. Like, okay, you said this,
dope.
but let me see if I understand.
I love debates, bro.
Yeah, I love debating.
You're debating.
I like watching debates, bro. Those
Yeah.
shits are bad because I'll be
Yeah.
like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
That's a good
which
point.
cut out of that?
Yeah.
Oh, we got you.
Yeah.
You know?
But it always comes down to the person that has to be a sort of intellect on the other side too,
yeah.
for it to make sense and for the flow to actually kind of go back and forth. Because if the other person is not in that archetype of conversation, it doesn't make sense. Because now I look like a jerk,
Like a fucking
like
bully,
I'm like
yeah.
broke, like I'm a jerk.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so I was just
They gotta be willing to engage and have
exactly.
original thoughts.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you ever talk to somebody and you ask them a question and they answer it and you're like, oh, I already know your answers to the next 5 questions.
1000%. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you
Yeah.
have no original thoughts. Like,
Exactly.
you're just a fucking.
Or they're just sitting there like, bro, I just asked you a question.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking to talk. I'm literally just waiting for your ass to answer me because you're not saying anything. Like your eyes are just like glazed at somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was just wondering as far as like your experiences when it comes to guests.
No, it was. I don't think we ever asked anybody anything crazy
Okay.
like that. It was always like fun and super like
On the surface.
surface of shit. Yeah.
Okay. And how did you guys find your guests? Was it just research?
Instagram.
Okay.
Just fucking people that Frankie thought were cool.
Okay. Doing
He
the same stuff though.
He did all the guest bookings and shit.
Okay.
And I kind of like not really knowing who was gonna be on.
Okay.
Cause
You just showed up,
would,
huh?
I would get into it like super curious.
Yeah.
You know, not like, oh, I already know what this guy's about.
Oh, okay,
I don't
gotcha.
even have questions.
Gotcha.
I want to be like, so what do you do? You know what I mean? But like sometimes I would do my preparation. You know, some of my best work was when I prepared, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And those were probably some of my favorite episodes where I fucking did the deep dive on their Instagram, fucking seen their shit.
Know how to navigate the conversation.
Read the captions and then asked questions like, hey, bro, one time you said this. I like those like hot ones.
Yeah.
When they ask the questions or like Nardwar when he asked questions.
Yeah.
Like when they're like, what the fuck? How'd you know that?
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that. I like that. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. No, there's definitely different formats for podcasting now. And I'm now seeing and noticing, especially because now we're the same thing that we're kind of learning. Like this is the first time me doing the whole talking to the same person on a weekly basis. And like, we don't have that high school camaraderie, you know, the build up.
Yeah,
like, hey,
we're building that.
Yeah, we don't
you guys
have
get to know
backstory.
each other on air. which is
Basically,
also cool.
we're basically knowing each
and
other.
throughout the podcast too.
That's
like
pretty cool.
the behind the scenes and all that stuff.
You guys will surprise each other with like, I never told you this.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
nah, I didn't know that about
Yeah.
you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder.
Yeah, that's
you know?
how the last pod or
pretty
the last episode we started talking about tortillas.
Okay.
And it just became a whole segment of
Yeah.
tortilla talking.
that's
and
cool.
you know, like, and I'm like, bro, like that's because I didn't know, you know, your lifestyle. Like
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
then you
why,
guys-
you know, your wife does this and she cooks tortillas in the microwave, you know, like, and I wanted to know why. I'm like, bro, like it's not, it's like, are they sweaty, you know?
Yeah. So then you generate the lore in your podcast. So now
Exactly.
your listeners know that, oh, the tortilla.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's a story. That's an insight.
But
you
once
know?
again, we're not doing it on purpose as far as like the whole Hispanic, you know, culture. Like we're not bringing it out on purpose.
Say
We're
that
just
shit with your chest, my boy.
we're just kind of just saying it
Yeah.
just because it's our life, you know.
It just comes
yeah,
out.
of
It just
course,
oozes
yeah.
out without.
Like and Frankie and I guess we're pretty spiteful that we kind of try to make it a point that we're Mexican, but we're not just Mexican. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this paisa shit got so popular in the
Yeah.
last couple years. I'm like, this is like the new fucking Hollister. You know, like
1000%.
Yeah.
this
It's a
is
trend.
The,
It's a
this
trend,
is the
bro.
new trend. Like
Yeah,
all
exactly.
of a sudden, everybody's
Yeah.
Mexican.
Everyone's a cowboy right now.
Everybody, all of a
Everyone.
sudden, and I get
Has
it.
a
I
cowboy hat.
fucking get
Cowboy,
it. Bro.
they got you
But then I'm
Mexican
like, you
fun
know
facts.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody listens to Peso Pluma now.
Right.
And I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
it real. I never listen to. I listen to 50 Cent.
Yeah,
You know, like,
That's what I listened to today.
exactly.
but I'll cry to Los Temerarios type shit. You know what I mean? Like
What's that song?
the Temerarios.
Yeah. What's
Fuck.
how's it,
You got me there, bro.
I thought I put one in your vlog.
I think you did. I know if you played it, I could see along to it. I just don't know the name, bro, like that, bro.
But yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
too.
well, it's cool though. Like the Latino culture's
Yeah,
coming
we're
up.
getting up there, bro.
It's getting up
I'm not
there.
gonna let myself be a bitter hater either.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I'm actually
Yeah.
proud of my people
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's cool.
we deserve it, bro. We deserve it. You
exactly.
know, we fucking
We've
work
been
hard.
waiting for a
And
long time.
Mexicans are funny as fuck.
Yeah.
They could dance. They could cook.
They
They
party.
could talk shit. We're not butthurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
our time.
Get deep, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna start a new podcast. For it's called
Right.
it's
a
one
therapy.
day.
Let's talk about
It's called.
Mexicans.
I'm taking advantage of my parents crossing the border. I'm taking advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the name of my podcast.
All right.
That's a long title, dude.
Yeah. It's the. Never mind.
That's cool, man. Yeah, definitely. Like, I definitely see the demographics as far as like now the culture kind of like deriving more towards us, especially because we're in California.
What do you
know?
guys think is next?
Next?
As in music or as in podcasting?
Podcast. So
Like
yeah,
the trend?
like
Asians?
streaming me
Asians. Yeah, Asians.
Like, what
Bobby,
about-
Bobby Lee's coming up, bro.
Yeah.
What fucking like what I since starting gaming, right?
Uh-huh.
I started watching streamers
Right.
on YouTube because I wanted to learn how to get better at Warzone.
Uh-huh.
And I'm tripping now. I never tuned in to a streamer ever until I started watching this Warzone shit. And I trip out on like they're millionaires. Top streamers nowadays generate millions of dollars playing video games. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is, and then I got Twitch, you know, and I was like,
okay.
oh, people fucking stream everything. They walk around, stream them going to the store, coming back, going to the mall. I'm like, so they're just broadcasting their life as it is
Yeah.
Live.
in the moment.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, like
It
they're
was-
vlogging live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First it was
Live
pictures on
vlogs.
Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Look what I'm having for dinner. Remember that? And then it was like stories. Look what I'm having for dinner.
Yeah.
Now it's live. Look what I'm having for. It's crazy. What's next?
Yeah.
Live is the like you said, it's gonna be the new thing. The live
Live all
all
the time.
day. Yeah, it's that live interaction with people watching you at the moment. You can respond, interact with them. It's a different environment compared to us being alone in a room.
Yeah.
it sets up the mood. It fires you up a little bit more, and it's a different experience for sure. I like
Yeah.
I like
You stream, right?
I used to stream video games, but you know it wasn't like crazy making millions. I just had
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 people watching.
I
me.
mean, they say 99% of streamers fucking have like 10 viewers or something, or
Wow.
5 or 0 viewers.
What's the percentage?
99.
Wow.
He's a part
Jamie,
of
can you look
99.
that up?
Young
Where's
Jamie.
Jamie? Can you look that up?
Young
Jamie, put it
Ja-
up. Young
Ja-
Jamie.
Jamie!
He's downstairs.
Oh, he locked up. He's fucking
Locked
tied
up.
up.
He fucked up last episode.
He didn't press record.
Yeah, dude.
No, that's Jaime down there. Bro.
Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah.
Remember, it's a Mexican
Yeah.
podcast, bro.
Chaparro Hyman.
Yeah.
That's great. So I've been thinking about that too. Maybe I'll get a fucking webcam. Start
Cool,
streaming my
dude. I can
fucking
see you
Warzone,
that.
bro.
I can see you that.
Or like a reaction channel. You do reactions.
I do a little bit of reaction videos. Yeah, it's fun. I
You
like
use
it.
OBS too and shit
Yeah,
like that?
OBS is the way to go, man. If you're going to do reaction videos, I mean, reaction videos. I think short content. I think podcasting's like it's a big commitment
Yeah,
as
it
a
is.
listener. Like, who
Yeah.
are these guys? Why am I going to commit to?
For sure, a certain type of person listens to podcasts.
yeah,
You
nah.
ever try to be like, hey, bro, this is a good podcast. You should listen to it. And you know they're never going to listen to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, it's like, sometimes I'm listening to like a Joe Rogan and
Yeah.
I think about my brother. I'm like, bro, you should listen to this one.
It's like-
but I know
Yeah.
if I pitch it to him, he's
Yeah.
going to be like, I'll see
Forget
what's up.
this.
Yeah.
It's like rap music now. Everybody could be a rapper, dude. Everybody's a rapper, and then at this point, you look at any new rapper sounds the same. It's like,
Have you seen what they're doing with like remixing old songs or sampling old songs?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like the merch. It's like how innovative can hip hop get? Like you listen to the new Travis Scott and it's like I feel like I listened to this before already. Like how can you get innovative with music?
And then when you got AI on top of it, making
Yeah. Repeating.
repeating, doing the same thing, but probably better. Better because it reads the stats, what song did really well, why it did really well, and then get that and then put this together and then say like copy and paste, but a lot better.
Yeah.
I get you. I get you.
You know, I got the data to make it better.
Perfect workout playlist.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at the end of the day, in the future, man, I mean, we're complaining about humans making these contents, but like let's say 20 years from now, there's just gonna be AI podcasts.
Yeah.
AI movies.
AI
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
like original people making, like real people making content. It's not gonna be a thing.
That's like a Black Mirror episode.
It is. And then what happens then? I mean, who's gonna stay on top then of the Joe Rogan definitely is gonna still always be there.
Who knows? He might retire, bro.
He might,
He might just be like, "Fuck this! I'm going to my bunker. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, but I guess when that
keep
happens,
your fucking podcast."
Dude, you're right. When that point happens of that world that AI is creating content for us, it's gonna be a weird world.
It's gonna be weird, huh?
It's gonna be different.
How many years?
I'll say 20 years. It's gonna be solidified. Like it's gonna be it. That's gonna happen.
20 years. We're totally in it.
Everything. The movie, the new Spider-Man movie verse is gonna be created by.
And then
AI.
there'll be like that community that are like living off grid.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna go that way.
I mean, look at
I'm gonna start a Mexican podcast over there in the woods.
yeah.
Remember what times were like?
Everything's
could be like-
analog over there.
Yeah, it's be analog at that that radio satellite. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It just could be broadcasting to a
What's,
radio.
what's that one movie?
I know what you talk about. Will Smith.
No.
No, okay.
Fuck, I don't think. They live in like these? It's like built up, and like, is it Ready Player One maybe?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then like he takes it off and he has to climb down.
Yeah,
Right,
he
it looks like
lives
a,
in a
like
trailer
park,
Yeah.
like a weird trashy area.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're by Santa Monica and
Yeah.
shit. It's gonna be all the fucking all the AI people.
Yeah, that's
AR,
Malibu.
Well,
that
it's,
shit over
it's
there.
already starting with the whole Hollywood actors thing. They're protesting writer strike.
Right,
You know,
right.
it's already happening now. We're taking the steps towards that, and Hollywood don't care because it's just
It's all about money and the
Yeah,
devil over there,
exactly.
bro.
they're-
Capitalism.
So like I don't know where entertainment, podcasting, any of that, the arts is going.
The art.
Oh, it's probably gonna go back to the essence of it, the purity
Yeah.
of it, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna make money.
Right.
Nobody's gonna be making money off the podcast probably the next 25 years. It's just be hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be
we're
hard.
already getting burnt out.
Yeah, it's saturated.
It's already saturated and burnt
1000%.
out. So 20 years from now, like either you got to get your hands to work. It's and even at that point, robots are going to be
Yeah.
working.
For the people that are listening out there, it's not saturated. Listen to our podcast. Just like and subscribe.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. For the next 25 years, this is gonna be the
Yeah.
number one podcast.
Exactly.
You're gonna hear all original
Don't
takes.
don't listen to it.
Yeah.
No, listen to me.
Yeah.
But that just
It's crazy.
It's
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I took a
No,
hit.
I get
yeah.
it though. I get it's honestly it's hard for me to fucking fathom
Yeah.
how it's gonna be in 20 years.
I mean, whether it be the entertainment or just our health. I was just talking to Irvin about it. I mean, pollution's getting worse. Food is getting contaminated. It just gets getting worse. So eventually, this robotic AI, we're gonna have to adapt where somehow our lungs become robotics, where we can breathe in the toxic air without killing us. So eventually, we're gonna become bionic in order to live on this planet.
Well, that's very optimistic of you.
I mean, as evolution, but like how our generation is going to survive as it goes.
Yeah.
Towards
How do
the
we know
future.
AI isn't already taking us out?
Yeah, like contemplating.
silently.
Oh,
Not even contemplating.
Yeah, it's
already
yeah,
on it.
Yeah, exactly.
on
Like,
taking
that's-
us out?
Yeah, because
out.
we're already fighting each other.
Yeah.
You know, we're already kind
It's
of
just-
like we're already
all these
announcing
al-
that we're not who we are. And,
All these algorithms.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeding us everything.
Right.
How
But
do we
that's-
know it's not already tricking us?
yeah.
Perhaps, maybe there's.
If I was AI, I wouldn't tell you, hey, Enrique, today I'm gonna start brainwashing you.
they're making memes. That's what the theory is, that they're making
Or the
already memes.
algorithms,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The algorithms, like
They put
we're
in-
gonna make this guy famous.
Yeah.
This guy fucking tends to fucking make
Yeah.
people mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
just
do I know you're
fucking-
not a robot, bro?
Well, you can't. You won't be able to.
You know?
Yeah, but like, I think AI is it's quite interesting. Yeah, I might have a positive outlook on it.
Yeah.
Because we're all collectively thinking negative of the
Right.
future of AI. Like nobody's going, oh, a utopia world that it could help us with medicine, with whatever we need as a human race, But I think I want to think positive because we're so easily making movies that's negative.
You know how they say that humans carry traits or traumas or whatever from
Ancestors,
generations,
yeah,
ancestors?
in our DNA, yeah.
Do you think it's possible that we're so pessimistic about AI because for the history of the world, it's always been war and famine and genocide? So maybe when we see it, we hear about AI, the first reaction is, oh yeah, this is gonna take out our empire. Like,
Right.
This is gonna be
Yeah,
a
I think
fall.
we're always pessimistic as far as like what is new. You know, when the radio happened, they're like, it was a thing like, oh, we're not gonna read books anymore.
Yeah.
Or even when books came about, they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're gonna go blind for reading so much. You know, that the idea of like technology advancing at that time.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we're always
yeah.
gonna think the negatives.
The negative.
Of course, AI could come about where it could take over, but we don't know. We're pessimistic in the idea that it is going to take over because we see movies like The Terminator,
Yeah.
Matrix, and all that
Terminator.
stuff.
Scary,
That kind of stuff. But in overall, like, do we really know? I am not sure. In overall, like, there could be just a hard reset where a meteor comes and just takes everything
Yeah,
out.
that's more likely.
Before we even get to that
Exactly.
point. Yeah.
I feel like that's more like
Exactly.
20 years.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientific guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are they called? The 30 stars? I'm not a Galaxian. You know?
yeah.
I'm not
He's not from
Galaxier.
NASA.
You know, I'm not from NASA. I'm from No Sé.
No Los Angeles. No Los
Yeah, but it's, I mean, fuck. Maybe I'm cynical in that way
Mm-hmm.
that I'm always like expecting the worst but hoping for the best
Yeah.
type of shit.
Yeah.
That's always been the thing, huh?
And I feel, I think it's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, defense mechanism.
Like, oh, I
you don't want
knew-
to
I
get
knew it.
get hurt, you know?
I wasn't asking for it, but I knew this
Yeah.
was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, like my thought process is like it's more than likely that the government's actually putting these thoughts of your fears in, because now we're noticing that people aren't getting married anymore, people aren't having kids anymore. So we're being more divided more than ever. So it couldn't even be an AI. It's more of the implications that they're putting of an AI, because we need a forced enemy to then, so that they can control
A
us as
bad
humans.
guy.
You know?
You need to create a
yeah.
bad
Yeah.
guy.
So
yeah.
while they're controlling everything, they're like, oh, it's AI. And literally it's just AI beta shop on Photoshop, you know?
Right.
I'm like, bro, like I could take out the backdrop of the picture that I'm taking off on Photoshop, and that's what AI is at this point.
Right.
So
it's not necessarily its own thought process.
Yeah.
It's just like a filter or like a,
Yeah.
like a,
Yeah,
let's put this-
ChatGPT,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah, so-
let's just read all these articles and
Yeah,
tell you
exactly.
what we learned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm thinking this about that. I
exactly.
don't know everything. I'm
Yeah.
just reading everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So,
So
it's possible that it's just like, it's like when you buy like a tool set for a baby. It's like a hammer, but it's plastic.
yeah.
It's like, it's not a real hammer.
Yeah,
You know, it's
it just
a
looks like a
plastic-
hammer.
It
yeah.
looks like a hammer.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's what it's more likely
I
that
hope
it
so.
is. That they're really just trying to control literally everything. We're trying to be controlled through the money system, social credit system at this point too. That's the newest thing that may come up, and of course they're now announcing, ET. You know, they're like, oh, we're now seeing more UFOs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, like
UFO
here's this and here's that. But in reality, what are the topics that they're actually really hiding? You know, as far as like how they're actually taking our money. You know, like the wars that are coming out. You know,
So you
literally.
said you're an introvert, right?
Yeah.
Would you go out and revolt?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's a good
you'll go
question,
out for
Pancho. When you go out there and fight for the
I think
humanity,
I think I'd be the first one as far
Yeah?
as like going
Really?
out. Yeah,
Yeah?
I'll start my own army.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll make signs. You know,
I'll make signs.
you know,
I'll just blast my podcast on a speaker.
that's humanity at its
Yeah,
best.
listen to episode 136.
I'll be doing TikTok videos.
Yeah. Oh, there would be a bitch right there. Not you.
Oh,
but-
shit, bro.
I'm sorry.
Oh, shit,
I didn't
bro.
mean that.
No, you mean it.
But have you ever seen those? They're usually girls.
Yeah.
And they're like on the Santa Monica Pier, like fucking doing the and everybody in the side is just like,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't.
Everyone's
mean to, I didn't mean to call you the B word.
No. There will be a
You
bitch.
just brought that visual in my head.
There will be a
Fuck.
bitch out there in
There
the
will be,
apocalyptic
yeah.
time. Just
Or like the bitch that was holding the drill on the plywood when there was a riots, just for the picture, and then
Yeah.
she's like, "All right, here's your drill back."
What?
yeah. During the
shit.
Black Lives Matter protest.
Yeah, the
wow.
BLM, she was putting up plywood. Bitch,
Yeah,
you
like
better
she's
get the
like
fuck
she's
out of
working,
here.
helping,
yeah.
building the community back again.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls that have been caught, like actually just trying to announce in some sort of way that they're
Allies.
cleaning up the beach, and then they're like, all right, I'm just dump this stuff right after that. I'm like, bro, like you're a clout chaser.
It's all about cloud chasing, man.
Hey, cloud. I was like, cloud is the new fucking
Currency?
some shit like that.
Yeah,
But cloud will make you go crazy, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
Cloud will take your life.
that dopamine, that rush that you get, I think it hit girls a little bit more just because already they're pretty. So of course, every single generation, as far as like Gen Zs are coming up, right? So we already had the OnlyFans, we already had the twerking in our generation. Now they're kind of going after they're starting already in that I need to show my ass already.
Yeah.
They don't start from like, I'm just a little bit of cleavage, that kind of thing. They're already right away
On my ass.
already on the ass, and they're like 20 years old, bro. I'm like,
Yeah,
God,
ass will get you probably 40, 50 likes.
Yeah.
That's just a start. Boom.
Yeah, so we're not going to understand where it's going to go after that until like maybe another 5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's probably Darwinism at play.
I don't know, man. The sex slaves. That's what I say, man.
Sex
I'm
slaves.
thinking,
Yeah.
I'm thinking fucking like,
Evolution.
you guys remember that fool Bunk Gang?
Boom, gang.
That he would go in the liquor stores and like trash it, and like the people that do crazy shit for clout, like R worded.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
just straight up like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. Attention.
Great example,
Yeah.
the Island Boys, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
bro.
yes.
clout just fucking took over their life.
Yeah.
It's like just
Yeah. Now they're kissing each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, right.
making
And
out with each
and there's
other.
people that do dangerous things.
Yeah.
Like people have lost their lives on pranks.
Mm-hmm.
People, it's like maybe they should keep doing the crazy shit. And
Yeah.
then-
But just imagine a whole society doing that at the same
that's
time.
crazy.
Not just like that one island boy. Now your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Now your coworkers. Just surrounded by people that somehow want that clout. That would be a trip, man.
Yes, the power of influence. It's literally that's all it really is.
And then
It's-
when you add currency
That's
on,
what it is,
on
too.
the program,
Yeah.
like Instagram,
Right.
TikTok, you can make money doing stupid things.
Yeah.
Then everybody's like, we'll all be
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
No, that pandemic fucking really ramped it up.
That was a
Yeah.
weird reset.
yeah.
of-
like these influencer houses. God damn, how many kids now want to be like famous on the internet
Yeah.
because they saw the vlogs? Like
and it's not sustainable too. When you get the money,
Hell
and
no.
how long will this thing last?
it comes to an end,
It comes
bro.
to an
when
end.
when especially if you're young and then you start getting older and you lose your looks.
Yeah.
That's
And you're-
it, my boy.
and
There's
then you're-
another young kid that's
Yeah.
You're losing
dancing
your
too.
fan base, you're losing your audience,
Yeah.
and now this is what happened with the Island Boys. They're now kissing each other because they don't have anything else. They're one little hit song that wasn't even that good.
Yeah.
People are
It
forgetting
was a
about
meme more than anything.
that. Exactly.
There
Like,
was that
yeah.
maybe a conspiracy that because there's a picture of Epstein with his two kids that say that's the Allen boys or
shit.
whatever.
Oh shit! And then they call the Island Boys. What a trip!
That's a trip, right?
Right.
And then when
That's true.
when I seen them kissing, I was like, this is not normal. This is
No.
because they say that people that have been sexually molested when they were kids, they end up growing up very hypersexual. Like you see it with a lot of like women.
Yeah,
that-
because they're numb now at that point.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah. There's a lot of
That's
things that
fucking
we need to
very,
think about as
they,
society.
Yeah,
for
they don't
sure.
even talk about their parents. I don't even think they even
yeah,
have.
maybe
their-
they're so scarred. I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Well, I mean,
fucking know
there's-
anything.
and that's-
I'm just speculating, right?
I mean, it's a dark, deep hole to get into, but
Hey,
but ew.
how dark and deep is it?
I don't know, depending on the age. No, I'm just joking. No,
No,
just
bro.
joking.
What's wrong
God,
with
I'm
you?
sorry. I'm
God.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
God, that was too
We just
bad.
started this podcast.
No. But
No, it is though. It's
but
crazy.
it's the children that we're
Yeah.
talking about. It's
Yeah.
the future of America, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how China or India or other places are running their country with teaching their
Yeah.
youth, but in America, that's how it looks like right now. That's what we're looking at. Kids are young girls, teenagers, preteens want to do like, oh my God, I can make $20 million only doing OnlyFans.
yeah.
Like having that already imprinted in your mind as a
Yeah.
little kid.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll use do that as a backup because back in the day was being a stripper, right?
Yeah.
I'll pay my intuition going to strip clubs. You know, now you know how to do strip clubs.
Crazy.
It's just things
Because
are
the internet is gonna last forever.
the internet's gonna last forever. Also change in different ways from different rules, different platforms.
Yeah,
I mean, you got Meta. They trying to do a thing. Didn't seem to pop off at all.
Yeah,
I mean, they talked about it on Joe Rogan. Meta space. It's just mostly for children in there.
Yeah. The part of me always likes to think that there's that percentage of kids and people growing up that way on the internet.
Yeah.
But I love to think that there's another side of kids and people growing up outside and still playing with their friends.
Yeah.
There's
doing
still kids,
recreational activities and not just on the internet.
Yeah, there's definitely a demographic of people that are going to take advantage of the use of AI and technology. My company is more on the marketing side, so I have to understand what it is so it can make
Yeah.
my job easier so then I could then teach my employees. So like, hey, let's make more money utilizing this tool. But a lot of people are kind of doing it backwards. They're like, hey, I want to make myself look like a cartoon. So let me learn how to make this AI and just popularize it. I'm using it income based. So just like how you're talking about the kids, there's definitely a kid out there. I'm like seeing an innovation in his head. I'm like, this is how I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to use it in a way where I'm going to make my I don't know, skateboard float at some point. You know,
So
like
you've been using AI products to
Yeah,
work?
yeah, for work.
Can
For,
you
like-
share some examples?
ChatGPT.
I've been using
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
I have that.
I've been using the Photoshop beta.
Okay. What does that one do?
Basically, what you could do is you could just it does the cutouts a lot quicker,
Oh,
and then
okay.
basically you tell it what the background should be,
I
and
see.
you can make it look however. You could put furniture if you want. You could change your shoes, or if you're holding a camera, you could literally put a highlight around there and just say ice cream, and then it'll put an ice cream.
Oh, shit.
So it does a lot of stuff where at some point or back in the day I would spend
Have
time
to do all that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
it all
manually.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, that's the cool thing about ChatGPT, man. That you could just create. There's people making businesses as writing children's books.
Oh shit.
It could create you ask it to create a theme, a picture of an animal doing this.
I get you.
And then doing the storyline for you, and you pretty much print it out, sell it on Amazon. There's your book you sold.
Fuck.
You didn't make it yourself. You asked AI just to put the prompt it out. And there's different ways. Now we're going, with music.
Yeah.
I now AI could you could rent Drake's voice for your song.
That's crazy. I seen SpongeBob do some Mexican music.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is fucking crazy, bro.
And it sounds good. I saw Vicente Fernandez do a Peso Pluma song.
That's insane, dude.
And it sounds not too bad, man. I mean, you could tell it's like the uncanny part of things, but wait till like a few more months that.
Yeah, I've been having fun with ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT, what are some ways to generate passive income with the least amount of capital? And it gives you ways.
Like a shitload of lists.
But
I'll
see
take
how you're
one.
using it. You're using it to like better your lifestyle. You
yeah.
know, like that's what I'm saying. Like there's
Yeah.
always going to be a form of person that is going to take advantage.
Yeah.
But of course, the general public will just use it for fun, like asking,
Right.
hey, what is the new trend for blah blah blah? And,
Yeah.
and it
That's
has nothing
crazy.
to do like how
With
should I
anything.
innovate? You know,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
it's
true.
just dumb stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
then I chose one. I'm like, okay, how do I get started fucking investing in whatever the fuck it said, and then it'll tell you.
It's incredible.
I was like, how do I get more followers on Twitter? And it'll tell you how to do that. And I'm like, this is fucking dope. What's the best ceviche recipe? Shit like that.
Yeah.
What's the best time to catch fish at the pier? Shit like that. I like ChatGPT.
It just sucks, man. We're like, it not sucks, but like we're at an older age, right? Where I can only imagine if I was like 12, 13 with this technology and using it, like you guys said, the right way to benefit from it instead of making stupid art. Just incredible
so
opportunities.
hard. It's
just
so
like,
hard.
It's our it's like for us, we can still put it to work, but like being young and motivated and being an entrepreneur is way easier. He could be a 13 entrepreneur, dude.
It takes a specific type of individual. bro.
Yeah. So like group, dividing the group of people that are having fun, clout chasing in the future compared to like the small amount of people that, okay, there's a lot of dumb people.
Yeah.
Now we can just leverage it out and just, get to the top a lot faster.
Yeah, 1,000%.
And I want my kid to be the top.
Of course.
Yeah, like you see that these are tools that are using people. You want to be the people using the tools.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a great way to put it.
He's getting smart, bro.
Getting
Fuck
smart, man.
yeah.
Sponsored by Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain,
Let's
dude.
go. Now, they don't pay us enough, bro. They don't pay us
I
enough.
took Alpha Brain, dude. But yeah, dude,
It's just sugar pills, bro.
Yeah,
It's the fuck, bro.
that's what I thought what the vaccine was.
But
sugar
it's
pills.
keto. It's keto, though.
It's
you know?
keto.
It's keto. Yeah, the future's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I hope so.
The outlook as far as like how you look at the world, it's literally how you're gonna put it in your head. So
Yeah.
if you feel you're gonna fear what's coming up, like technology or whatever, then overall your outlook is gonna be negative.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, everything that we're being fed online is negative, but you kind of have to oversee that. Like okay, it's not that. Like how we said the cancellation of whatever, like that's just online.
It's just online.
It's just online. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You have to live
in the moment, bro. You have to live in the moment.
Exactly. Exactly.
My outlook on life probably is a little bit more cynical and negative, but I'm very grateful and I try my hardest to live in the moment. Wake up, attitude of gratitude right off the bat.
There you go.
5 things I'm grateful for.
Just
Throw
like
on
that.
a smile and I'm having a good day, bro.
There you go.
You do the 5 things in the morning?
Yeah, I try to like my hardest.
Yeah.
Like I wake
Out
up
loud?
and no, in my head.
In your
my
head.
yeah. But it helps getting that like momentum going.
Yeah.
That like when you wake up, it's like you want to start thinking positive
Yep.
things.
The good
Yep.
thing.
Opposed to waking up and already like
oh
fuck.
shit, like I have to wake up.
Shit.
I'm tired.
Then it's harder to
Yeah.
think about the positives.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
make them mean anything because
Exactly.
you're already in the shit, but you're like, fuck, but
Yeah.
I'm grateful for my house though. Then it doesn't work. But if you go, fuck, I'm thankful for my house, I'm thankful for this, but now I gotta go to work. Or
Exactly.
whatever the fucking thing is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit easier to have that momentum for the rest of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And,
And
I
then-
think we feed ourselves that negativity because it's
Yeah.
so much easier.
It's way easier,
so much
bro. It's
easier.
like, fuck.
Easy to do the bad thing than
It's
the good
hard.
thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to
Takes
fucking
work
be
to do
like, you know
good,
what?
yeah.
I understand this is fucked up, but we're gonna come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you gotta have that mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. You could do whatever you
could be
want.
negative.
But you could
That's all
fucking
right.
do whatever, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. Like,
I live my own life.
Yeah.
Living positive, man. Yeah, it's like playing tennis throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Here comes a negative thought.
Boom. Yeah. I remember when I was young and I did like the Herbalife meetings and like the World Financial Group meetings.
Wow, they have support groups, right? Like the
They push a lot of personal development.
Yeah.
Like Les Brown, fucking Jim Rohn, fucking Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
All these fools that had the fire bars, that'd be like, you need to fucking look the sun because the sun, you know, I don't know.
You are the sun.
Yeah, you're the sun.
you
You're-
beam on these motherfuckers.
The sun rotates around you because you were born from your mom. And you're just like, yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Who wants a $10,000 check every morning?
Yeah, bro. But like, it's crazy that they brainwash you using personal development, you know, because personal development is
He goes
very,
backwards.
it's valuable.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very valuable.
Yeah.
But they just use, they're
To
trying
make money.
They're trying you to make you sign or sell
Yeah,
products and
exactly.
shit.
That's funny, man. They just something that's good for you
Yeah.
to profit over you.
Yeah, bro. Like because you go to these
That's
meetings,
hilarious, dude.
you go to these meetings and they rile you up. It's
Yeah.
like vibrations,
Yeah,
right?
they ramp you
Yeah,
up.
you're
for
like,
sure.
yeah, I want to fucking,
Yeah.
you know, I wanna
Your life
fucking,
sucks, right?
Yes, it does.
Get up
You
and
want to
scream.
be rich? Yes, I want to be rich.
I know you spent $5,000 to be
Yeah.
here, but I'm telling you, it's well worth it.
Yeah. So you listen to these personal development tapes, and the personal development tapes is not their fault, you know, because it's good shit.
Yeah.
To this day, I still think about those corny cliches.
Yeah.
Because I like cliches.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like cliches
Yeah.
are cliche for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they actually mean something.
Yeah.
You know, so like living day at a time, that's from AA. But fucking attitude of gratitude and the
Yeah.
5 things in the morning, that's from a personal development tape, you know.
Wow.
Going through a negative situation but keeping a positive outlook
Yeah.
is all personal development
Yeah.
tapes and fucking listening to fucking
But why
Earl
is it-
Nightingale and shit.
Why is it that as like we still like we have to tell ourselves we have to talk positive to ourselves? Like that's crazy. Like that's a thing that we need to do.
Because we're fed negativity.
yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, we're fed
constantly from
constantly. Like
birth?
no matter what
Yeah.
we do, like the music that we hear, the
Yeah,
movies that we
right.
And
watch,
literally,
you know.
we're fed negativity.
exactly.
We're eating shit food.
Yeah, exactly.
We feel like shit, so we're gonna think shit thoughts. You know,
Damn.
like it's easy. Like when you eat good and you're sober, you feel productive. You feel energy. You feel happy. You
Yeah.
feel friendly. When you're eating like shit and all that, you feel like shit. You,
Exactly.
You treat
Yeah,
people like
man.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't shit.
Yeah.
Shit happens to you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you don't even
react
know that you're
shit.
feeling like that because that's your norm.
You're not.
Yeah.
You grew up in this household that is all negativity, and so we have to fucking tell ourselves to be positive.
Damn,
because
that's like a
if
thing we
not,
need to do.
It's
Like should have been from the jump.
you're the law of attraction, right? One of the first fucking personal development shit that I ever got into, like the law of attraction, right? The secret, you know, It's like you have to manifest things, you know. It's not completely bullshit, but you do gotta work.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
gotta
Yeah,
put in
yeah,
your own
yeah, exactly.
work.
Yeah.
But you also gotta be thinking.
Yeah.
So
You gotta feel it that you're there already. I'm
yeah,
like, oh, that's hard.
The best way I like to put it, like, and I put like my whole philosophy into this idea.
Because you're a philosopher, right? You're
Yes,
like,
I am.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I got a Mexican podcast,
No,
bro. It's
you-
called Nopales and Me.
you question. You like to question. You like to venture out on thoughts.
Yeah, bro, I
That's
like
just-
to think
that's you.
shit. Yeah. So, like, cause you think about religion and,
Yeah.
and fucking spirituality and heaven, hell, God, the devil, negative, positive. You know, so I think that we're all created out of atoms, right? That's probably a fact. That's what we have known. That if you break everything down to the smallest thing,
point, yep.
it's an atom, right? And maybe this is not, I don't have it right, but there's a negative and a positive shit that gets
Yeah.
together, right?
Electrons, negative and the positive.
So you gotta-
protons,
The negative shit.
Positive and negative electron together.
yeah.
So if you split your whole body in half, you got all your positive electrons and all your negative electrons.
I mean, look, opposite. Look at your nostrils. One's bigger than the other one. Yours too. Everybody. Your one part of your chest is bigger than the other
Yo,
one.
I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like that positive and
Yeah.
negative is just always
And then
life.
Which
together
one's
with
the
that,
negative though?
Huh?
Which one's the negative? The one that's more droopier or the one's a little bit higher?
I can't tell. I can't tell you.
I think I
man.
like the upright one a little
Okay.
better.
Or maybe it's both.
It depends how you're feeling that day.
Oh, gotcha.
Or it's just-
a little bit negative. I'll go to the.
Well, there's
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
it depends.
negative or positive.
Yeah,
It just is.
It's a net equal.
Equal.
It's net neutral.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
two
But-
negatives make a positive.
Thank you.
There you go. But none,
Whatever,
but those are
whatever.
drippy, bro. We're stupid.
And then, yeah, we are. But trip out.
Trip out this one.
At the same time, life is like all vibration, right?
Yeah.
If you look at an atom, I think it
Frequencies,
vibrates all
yeah.
the time, right? And there's bouncing
Energy,
shit and everything.
yeah.
So there's all energy.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I feel like you can either vibrate in a positive vibration or you could vibrate in a negative vibration. That's up to you to dictate.
Yeah.
You know, bad shit could happen to you.
Yeah.
But how you respond is up to you.
1000%.
You're the one that decides how to respond. Yeah, shit could be tragic. And you could take your time to fucking grieve and heal. But there comes a time where you're like, okay, let me make my way back to the light, to the
Yeah.
positive. So I feel like it is a choice to you go to church, right? They play the music, you vibrate in a high manner, you're positive, you leave there feeling amazing, right? Or you go to the taco spot and you eat these greasy tacos with a fucking soda, and then you take a nap, then you wake up feeling like shit. And then you go out that night and do drugs, and then you feel like shit. So it's like you have to choose
Yeah.
how you want to vibrate.
Exactly.
You know, and we'll make sacrifices for either or.
Yeah, I think it's just so easier just to go into the more negative because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, like the idea, like I have to go and dress nice and go to church and, you know, present
Yeah,
myself.
it's
'Cause
work.
It's work to even be a nice person, you know?
Yeah.
But it's easier just to go to the taco truck and, hey, dos tacos de blah, 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 blah. And then
Yeah.
un jarritos, you know,
Or
that
just,
kind of thing.
or just dismiss somebody, right? If somebody's being not even that bad to you, but you're just not having it today, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's easy, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just having the compassion or whatever to be like, all right, what's up, my boy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That takes work.
Energy creates energy. So what energy are you creating, right? What are you creating the effort to create positive
Yeah.
energy, or are you creating the less effort of doing nothing, which will create an energy of effortless of being sad and lonely?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Hell yeah.
We're
takes
creating
work.
the spirit bomb right now.
Spirit.
Don't worry about
We're
it.
fucking
We got this, bro.
anthropologists over here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we got a segment here, Pancho.
Oh, let's get it.
It's called phone call. We
Let's
got
do
a
it,
phone
bro.
call.
Yeah,
we got a phone
we
call,
get
buddy.
phone calls, bro.
That's
Yeah.
fucking dope.
So get ready.
It's original.
I bet it is.
original,
I bet it is. I already know.
So we got a
I've
caller
already-
here.
Let me see.
It said on the email all the way from Washington. Let's check it out.
Hello, GTM. Big fan. Love you, Pancho. I know you're going to be on this episode. So here's my question. I have an issue with my girl farting. And I know ladies can fart, but goddamn, my girl farts too much. And that's the worst part is that she pooping with the door open.
Oh, no.
It's caused me a headache. Pancho, as a man of great looks, I know you have dealt with women. But have you ever dealt with this situation here? Please help. Appreciate you. Thank you. Bye, GTM.
Wow.
So that's a question for Pancho.
That is a question for Pancho.
There you
He's
go.
dealing with a woman that's hygiene, very smelly, pooping with the door open, farting. Have you ever had to deal with a girl that's just not up to date with up to her hygienes?
And how would you deal
And
with it,
how
bro?
would you deal with it, man?
I
How-
think this
how
is
would you
where
address it?
you have to choose what energy
What energy?
you want to give off.
Okay.
Tell us.
Some people actually like when the asshole sings to them.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Okay.
So you might need to look at it the other way around.
Oh.
Maybe that boho's asking for you, my boy.
Ooh, okay. But he's not liking it though.
Oh,
He's not
okay.
liking it. It's a problem. It's a headache.
It's a problem, my
Yeah.
It's a
boy.
problem. He's asking how can you address this situation where his girl is just stanky. She's just a fartsy girl, shitting with the door open. She's too comfortable now at
She
this
too
point.
comfortable?
He let it happen, right? That's kind of his fault, right?
What you gotta do next time she shits with the door open?
Mm-hmm.
You kick her in the chest.
Oh, shit. Let it come out more.
He's going to jail. He's going to prison, man. He's gonna have to deal with more shits out there.
No, what you do is you build an outhouse and you drag her ass out there.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes good sense.
Okay,
bro.
okay.
Or you secretly record her and put it on the internet.
Oh, shit.
shame her.
Okay.
Shame her.
Shame her ass.
Shame her
Or
ass. Close the door.
collect it in a jar and sell it on the internet.
Oh, that makes sense.
Profit off of
I'm
her.
sure there's creepers out there that would like to buy that
There you
shit.
go. OnlyFans.
Have you
Okay.
guys? There's people that will buy audio only porn.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure that there's a market for
Taking shits.
I tried that before.
hot shit.
I didn't want to sit and look at people fucking. I was like,
You bought it?
no, I went to SoundCloud and there's
Yeah.
like audio porn.
SoundCloud. Wow.
And it's like God won't punish me if I'm beating off to audio porn.
Let's ask ChatGPT. What's the best way to profit off of my girlfriend shitting with the door open? We gotta use AI to come out on top, all right?
Yeah. Profit.
Make that money, bro. Make that money.
Start a
the solution.
podcast. Call it.
My girlfriend's singing shit again.
Yeah. No le pagué a los frijoles.
Yeah. My only advice to that guy is to just be straight up, man. If she farting in bed and it's the first thing you smell, that's something that you need to address because
Have you ever tried a Dutch oven?
that's something that he's probably has gone through and that he's sick of it, bro.
I can't believe he's not into it, man. What kind of weirdo is this, bro? I thought we were all into fucking eating farts.
Oh, what?
Dude, okay. So Pancho.
So that's just me?
That's just you, Pancho.
Fuck, dude.
Pancho likes his ladies farting on him.
What am I doing here?
Sit on my face.
Do that thing I like, man.
Turn up the heat.
I bought you an extra taco just in
I
case.
actually took the door off the hinges from the
wow.
restroom, bro.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I put lights in there too.
No locked doors. This one.
Hell yeah, bro.
Damn.
Now, if anything, that congratulate her that she has healthy bowel movements.
Oh, okay.
What if your girlfriend hasn't shit in 3 weeks?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Then you should be seeking actual advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Medical advice.
Yeah. Medical advice.
Not from us.
Yeah.
We're not medical.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you guys eating, by the way, bro?
Yeah, girls.
If my girl is farting louder than me, I'm
Yeah.
a bitch.
it
Oh,
stinks
shit.
more than yours,
Yeah, then I'm a bitch, dog.
Okay.
you won't say anything.
Nah, I just rip one back.
Oh, shit.
Bitch, we go to war.
We're going to war. Fun wars.
Shit, it's Ukraine, Russia right now.
dude.
By proxy, if you know what I mean. I'll do some crazy shit, bro. I'll catch it in a cup and I'll just fucking like that to her face when she's not expecting it.
Yes, sir. How about you, Irvin? You type of guy that won't fart in front of nobody.
I don't know, bro. Like, I'm more a private person.
Okay.
My girl's a little bit too comfortable in the ways of her taking farts. I know it happens because it happens, but if she's doing it on purpose, I'm like, girl, like, we're not married yet.
Yeah.
We don't have like 20 years in, 30 years in. You're already disgusting me.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I don't know what's gonna happen in 30 years. Like,
Yeah.
I always feel like farts and shit is always hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, it's always funny,
Yeah.
bro. Like if my girl farts,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Does she
You
get
know?
embarrassed?
Probably.
Okay,
but,
so it's
cool.
funnier when they are embarrassed, but when they're not, it's different. It takes away the fun.
okay.
You know,
Yeah,
the fun is like
They're
she's
just
doing
farting in your face?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'd be like, what the fuck?
You got pink eye. You wake
the
up with
fuck
pink
you
eye.
doing?
That's funny, man.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah, dude.
you fucking climb the couch to fucking
Right.
get the right angle.
To
Like,
get to me.
That's crazy.
Bro, she farts on your
You
pillow.
fucking, she falls and breaks her arm.
Oh,
like,
shit, bro.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
crazy, bro.
All right, so that's our advice for you, my friend. I hope that helped. I don't know.
Try to be more positive, bro. There's some good in that. There's some
Yeah.
good in that.
Yeah.
You just gotta
positive-
spread it and look for it. I'm just
Some positive electrons floating in the air.
bro. Yeah.
Take it all in, buddy.
Yeah.
Dang.
There you go. So there's some nutrients somewhere in there for sure. Whatever we said, there you go. That's our advice for from Pancho.
We gave you
Pancho.
so many
Enjoy it,
avenues of,
you know.
Yeah.
reactions. Hey, the
Make
world
some
is
money.
yours, bro.
Exactly.
The world is yours.
The world is your oyster.
Hey, just be
Yes.
happy that you have a girl.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank-
That's a
some
positive.
people would wish
There you go.
they had a girl that farted
and would take a shit.
in their vicinity. You know, like,
I wish you farted around.
yeah, I wish people saw me. You know what I mean, bro?
I'm alive.
Yeah,
That's
Fuck,
funny, man.
that's crazy. Shout out to that caller though.
There you go. Thank you so much. An original segment. from
Very
GTM.
original.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you, Pancho.
Well, actually, I do want to ask one last question before we end the pod. As far as like you already announced, as far as like where the actual podcast that you guys are going through, that you guys are going to just do it for like whenever it comes. You know, as far as like if you're available, Frankie's available, it's going to come together more organically. As far as like anything else, is there anything that you are wanting to do within the aspect of podcasting, or is it something that you're just going to keep within that? It's like your podcasting days and your podcasting overall is just that podcast, or would you ever aspire to do another podcast for yourself?
I'm down to have fun all the time.
Okay.
Ideally, I would make a lot of money to have a space like this.
Okay.
And have space and time to do stuff. And unfortunately, that's not the deal right now.
Okay.
So it's I can't really create because where we do the pod, Frankie doesn't live there, so we have to kind of meet up there. So it's not like I could show up there by myself.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, so. But yeah, I mean, I've thought about doing streaming,
Okay.
shit like that. But I mean, it takes time, effort, and money.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and like I said, I'm very invested in my career right now, and then hopefully that pays out, and then I'll have money to fucking buy some equipment.
There you go.
Shit like that,
you
make
go.
some more time.
There you go.
You know
Yeah.
the deal.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's just the understanding of like where a creative's mind's gonna go. You know, because you guys have something.
Yeah.
Like you guys already built your audience. You guys already have a following. As far as like what I've noticed what I've seen already, I'm like, oh yeah, they got it.
Yeah,
know,
you
like,
keep leveling up.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can stick to this set this year. Hopefully, if all the vibrations are positive energy or whatever, next year we could probably have a space where we can get a little bit more creative.
Yeah.
You know, with less limits.
Okay. And I don't know how far you want to go into the actual question as far as like the controversy that has happened within the actual pod. I don't like before I even ask anything. Would you want to actually have any?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So as far as like what I know, because I only know of you guys from other people. Like as far as like I know you from Enrique, and then there's another pod called Shade of Brown. They're big fans of you guys, and they are the ones that kind of told me literally about you guys. I'm like, hey, check them out, you know. And then they told me the backstory.
Shout out Shaded Brown.
Yeah. So they told me the backstory, like, hey, this is what happened, and Enrique was kind of like stuck in the middle.
Oh yeah, he was there.
Yeah,
I was there.
he
was in the middle, right?
He got caught in
He
the
was
middle,
on the, he
bro.
was on the hot seat.
goes
We
on-
have a
they
red.
saw him, bro.
We had a red chair in the corner called the hot seat,
Yeah.
and he was in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he got kind of caught in the
Crossfires,
crossfires
yep.
for sure.
Nah, he was in direct fire.
Oh shit, bro! You got direct fire.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
direct
I got
yeah.
some shots on me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
We all got direct
we all
fire,
got.
bro.
Yeah, who would have known?
Yeah.
Who would have known?
I mean,
That's
so we do the comedy pod, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about current events.
Yeah.
And that week, somebody offed themselves.
Okay.
And we covered it
Yeah.
without thinking about it.
Yeah.
And we did our jokes
Uh-huh.
that some people found insensitive.
Okay.
With all due respect,
Okay.
people could be sensitive about whatever they want.
Uh-huh.
There's no thing. I mean, and they got upset.
Yeah.
They fucking flooded us on the comments. Our TikTok, it went viral on TikTok.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
people were doing that shit where they stitch it or whatever. So people were mad. They were fucking pissed. Like so mad, bro.
Yeah.
So mad. And they were like, go to their page and fucking spam them with hate or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And we got it, bro. They were commenting on Frankie's page the most.
Shit.
Like calling them all kinds of shit,
Wow.
bro.
yeah.
And yeah, it flustered us for a bit.
Okay.
Like that week,
Okay.
those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We did the pod the next week. We're like, so what are we gonna do? How are we gonna
Address it.
respond, address? Are we not? Are we gonna ignore it? And yeah, that's what we did. We just kept doing the pod. We didn't really say anything. I mean, we still referenced it,
Yeah.
you know, but we didn't directly address it.
Yeah. You didn't do the Yaritzia apology where they're like, we want to apologize for saying that we don't like Mexican food and
Yeah.
you know that kind of the forced apology, I would say.
I'm sorry, people's feelings are hurt
Yeah.
all the time, bro.
I'm
I'm
sorry
sad
for you
right
being
now.
too sensitive. Yeah.
I'm sorry right now.
Yeah.
Not just them, but everybody in the world that's
Yeah.
going through shit.
Yeah.
You know, like to me, I mean, mental health, right?
Yeah.
That's what people talk about.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, it's a privilege at the end of the day to think about mental health.
Yeah.
You know, I went to Mexico and people over there don't give a fuck about mental health.
Yeah.
They think about what am I gonna eat today?
Exactly. They're
And I'm
just surviving.
and from the beginning, this is not a hill that I will be willing to die on.
Yeah.
I will not die on this hill.
Yeah.
This is just my perspective.
Okay.
If you don't like the pod, don't watch it.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think we suck, don't watch it.
Yeah.
If you hate us, leave comments.
Okay.
Whatever, bro.
Okay.
We're
So you're
gonna-
kind of neutral as far as like
Yeah.
how it went.
It's just words. It's jokes. It's we didn't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody's feelings got hurt,
Yeah.
but that's on them.
Yeah.
You know, if one day somebody in my family offers themselves,
Yeah.
let me deal with it,
Yeah.
and I'll seek healment. Or is that even a word?
It is now.
Healment.
It is now.
I'll
bro.
seek healing, and
Yeah.
I'll fucking go through the trauma, and,
Yeah.
and I'll go deal with it. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna rub it in your face.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I'm like, don't talk about that
Yeah,
because I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, sucks for us. For
Yeah.
life sucks, bro.
Yeah.
It sucks for everybody.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's not even crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk like I'm the man or
Yeah.
like I'm gonna die on this hill. It's just I think about things like fuck. Everybody just wants. Don't forget about me today. You know, like Anthony Jeselnik does those jokes where it's like somebody dies and they go, "I'm gonna send my thoughts and prayers." All that really is don't forget about me today.
Yeah.
I know that person died, but don't forget about me.
Yeah.
And what happened was that the person that we did the jokes on has a community,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and that's when
Yeah.
when there's a mob,
Yeah. The community.
you're if there's a so I was thinking about the community, right? I was
Yeah.
like, is this community and this community,
Yeah.
and those two communities are coming at
They
us.
joined up.
I was like, okay,
They joined forces.
yeah,
and
but
they
I'm
just
like,
went all in.
I'm like that. There's other communities that like the comedian community.
Yeah.
There's the fucking the dark humor community.
Uh-huh.
Like my favorite podcasts are pretty dark.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and I'm like, they do jokes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? The only thing is that when I first started doing that podcast, it was a comedy podcast because I was doing open mics,
Mm-hmm.
stand up. So I was like, it's just comedy. You know, and I was like, in order to earn the title
Mm-hmm.
of a comedy podcast, I have to do comedy in front of people
Mm-hmm.
in real life. And I did. And I will. And I'll do it even if it's not on stage,
Mm-hmm.
I'll still do comedy. I like jokes.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't come here for spiritual takes.
Yeah.
Don't come here for
Good advice.
consolement
Yeah.
or whatever the
Yeah.
fucking word. Like,
This
don't
is-
come here if you want to feel good.
Yeah. This is what it is, you know?
Anybody could get jokes.
Yeah.
And there's certain words we don't say because you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
There's shit that we say because it's like, fuck it. You
Yeah.
know, like whatever. So it's just a matter of where you draw the line as a comedian or as a podcast.
Yeah.
And what you're willing to say sorry for.
Yeah.
To this day, I think they're asking for us to be sorry. And it's like, I just said I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to make a video about it.
Exactly.
Like, why
Yeah.
should I? That's what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to be shouted out. They saw me.
Well, it's almost like a battle of like who's in control of what.
Yeah.
And that the control is that they want to feel like they did something because they announced it to everybody. Like they joined forces, like you said.
We made him apologize.
Yes, we made him do something because I wanted it to be
I
known.
was sorry before I said it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that we have these jokes that
Yeah.
suck, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't watch the pod.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or come see me at my house.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get fired.
Yeah.
I hope. Wait, can you cut that? You know, I'm building my own business.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
bro, and that's another thing with these podcasts. Is like if you pander too much to us, to the industry or whatever, those are the first people that are gonna cancel you because you owe them something now.
Yep. Yeah.
Like me and Frankie were like, fuck all that shit. We're generating our audience on a fucking real level. They know us, like who we are.
Yeah.
If we say something, they're not gonna be like, cancel them fools. They're gonna be like, nah, they're cool.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
they know us.
Yeah,
Like,
because they already invested in the time
Yeah.
of like the time that you guys started and seen literally more than just one episode or one clip, which is the clip that they, I don't know who clipped it and put it up, but that was what literally broke through to that concept
Yeah.
of like, hey, we need to have them apologize for whatever they had just
Yeah.
said. And
they probably did do a negative though,
Uh-huh.
because they did rate the pod. They did like the no stars or whatever. They fucked the comments. Obviously, when people check your page, they look at the comments and it's just all these fucking fucked up comments. But it's like, it's just the internet, bro. Like,
yeah.
like it would suck if we did owe something to somebody. Like if somebody owned our equipment, or,
Yeah.
or if we were paying rent.
Yeah. Or you guys have investors. Yeah,
or
exactly.
sponsors.
Sponsors,
We
exactly.
did have sponsors, but the sponsors knew us from the community. We still threw an event.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
We got threats that they were gonna come to the event.
Yeah,
Nobody
nobody
showed
showed
up.
Yeah,
bro.
no one really
I was
showed
like,
up.
who's gonna fucking
Yeah,
drive
exactly.
all the way, or even if you're close by,
Yeah.
you have no light. Like you're gonna come over here and try
Yeah.
to. I wish I was like, I hope they do come because
Yeah.
our real friends are here.
Yeah.
And we'll fuck them up if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, not saying I'm not threatening
No,
nobody.
no.
But it's like nobody's gonna. And plus, everybody's having fun. Why
Yeah.
you being a bitch?
Exactly. You guys had just like, we're coming up as far as like, as podcasters, you know, like we see your numbers, you're like, oh man, they're admiring the viewers and the likes and everything. So for a smaller podcast like ours, I'm like, okay, how did you guys process something like that? You know, like what were the lessons, you know, or what were the concepts of like the talks behind the scenes, and you know, like, because we kind of got the idea of like, you guys are a comedy podcast, you know, revolved around the experience of being Hispanic, because that's what it is, you know, like when you live a certain lifestyle, you're going to talk about it. So, but now, of course, we're going to talk shit. Everyone's going to talk shit. But now we're kind of self-censoring ourselves as far as like who we are as people now.
Yeah.
And of course, now it's becoming more well known that if there is almost like a mob of a community that doesn't like something or doesn't want you to say certain things, they're known to be direct
Mobsters.
You know, they're just like, okay, we need to find a way where they're no longer going to be able to do what they love to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to make them feel almost like how they made us feel, like which is an emotional feeling.
Good try.
And it wasn't like you were doing it on purpose, dude. That's the concept, you know. Like you guys weren't directly announcing, "Hey, this is what I want you to feel."
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it directly to your face. It's like I'm doing a segment in my pod, and this is how we're kind of going. And of course, like you said, like certain people are going to take it a certain way because they're invested into what you guys had spoke about, and because the investment was so deep, they took it personal.
Yeah.
Which is understood.
Yeah.
But to the point where now not only yourself and the pod, but other podcasters, other comedians, you know, it's now being almost announced like you can't say what you really want to say anymore because now there's self-censorship on everything. You know, even comedians are no longer kind of like, there's now a line being drawn.
Yes.
Now the movies too as well. Like when was the
yeah.
last comedy movie that you saw? You know, like Superbad.
Yeah.
We don't get those movies
Yeah.
anymore because now everybody gets offended.
Yep.
So as far as like on that spectrum, like how do you now, as far as like as a podcaster, as a comedian, as an artist, as a creative, now what was your process of learning from that? Like what's your outtake of it overall? And like kind of you spoke about it a little bit, but as far as like you as a person.
I think what you said about the line is very true, especially as a comedian or comedy podcast. You're always pushing the boundary. You're trying to be edgy, right? Because you're trying to do comedy. You kind of figure out where the line is. And we found that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, once you talk about this certain thing, about certain people, that's kind of where the line is.
Yeah.
If you cross it, you got to handle the repercussions.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We could say whatever we want. You know, we don't have to censor. We just got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
Well, you could say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, picking
You
your
know,
battles.
It's like they say the freedom of speech thing, right?
Yeah.
That's so that you don't go to jail. You could say whatever you want, you won't go to jail.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean somebody won't fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So it teaches you that.
Yeah.
Where the line is, and if you want to cross it, go ahead.
Yeah.
But these are the repercussions.
Yeah.
It helped me look at what I was doing from an outside perspective.
Okay.
So for the longest I was doing the podcast looking out. Like, this is what I'm saying. You guys watch me say these things.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? When that happened, I was like, what are people seeing me do? And it's
Okay.
like, okay, this was getting on the pod, getting drunk, and saying stupid shit.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, is that who I want to be on the internet?
Okay.
The guy that's drunk saying crazy shit?
Yeah.
Being insensitive?
Okay.
So then, let's say I'm not censoring myself, but I'm kind of tailoring who I want to be on camera.
Yeah. Who you're portraying yourself to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like it's easy to be negative, but it's also easy to be a dick.
Yeah.
You know, if we're all bashing somebody, it's easy to jump in like, yeah, that was good. Or
Yeah.
whatever, you know? It's easy to do that.
Everybody's
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. So it's easy. But if you want to be funny and original and creative, have like a take that's probably not just jumping on top of somebody, but
Yeah.
having like an interesting take or something.
Gotcha.
Just who do you want to be on camera
Yeah, that's
and
good,
where the
yeah.
line is, and if you're willing to cross it, deal with the repercussions.
Yeah.
And also knowing what hill you're willing to die on, right? Like I said that shit like 7 times already.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, but three
maybe
things,
what
yeah.
we did is wrong or whatever. I'm not gonna argue about it, like whatever. But I'm also not gonna be a bitch either. It's just like, you're right, bro. You win. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it. I could care less.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That shit ain't. I haven't made any money on that pod.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you
Right.
taking away from me?
Yeah.
My fun time with my friend.
Yeah.
We'll do
Right.
that shit outside. We won't record it. We won't put it out. We're still gonna be saying it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not changing shit.
Yeah.
Like, where were you when that guy offed himself?
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy,
Sound
man.
like a fucking asshole. Huh?
Yeah, it's interesting. The position you guys were at the moment is we're having fun. We have no sponsors yet. This is just for fun at this point.
No disrespect to the sponsors we did have,
Yeah.
but those sponsors were more like friends that
Yeah.
we were helping each other out.
Exactly. So, like, just say that you were sponsored by On It and other big,
Yeah.
making huge money.
Right.
That's a whole different thing, right?
Yeah, that's
that's a
different.
whole.
Yeah.
You're back against the ropes.
Yeah.
Now at that point, if you were to do that at that point, you will probably have to go do an apology video, right? That would make more sense.
Yeah, or keep doing comedy and double down.
A double, or you could double down and
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like,
tough. Yeah,
There's comedians that we know of that have been canceled and they're doing fine because they're actual comedians. Like they're there for the joke. They're not there to hurt people's feelings. That's what people, I guess, probably don't understand about people that do dark humor. Is like dark humor is made to make people laugh.
Exactly.
It's not made to make people hurt. You know what I mean? Every time somebody goes for a joke, it's not to hurt people's feelings. It's to, I'm trying to make jokes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't work.
Yeah, exactly.
it's a tough game, man. It's a tough game.
And if it
It's-
doesn't work, it sucks. Don't watch it. It's easy as that.
It's hard.
But also, let me leave this comment because I got a bag on them too. You know, and if you dish it, you gotta take it, my boy.
Yeah.
That's one thing about me and Frankie. We always bullying each other. And we never get butthurt.
Yeah.
So like when people were saying mean things to us, we're like, that was actually a good one.
Yeah.
You know, those were my favorite.
Okay,
Like the comments where they're like, look at this fool, looks like this. Like, oh, he got you. You know, the ones that were whack were like, say sorry. It's like, that's not even funny, bro. Like you could do
That's
better than
hilarious,
that,
dude.
you know?
Yeah.
Like that at that point it was kind of like cool because some fools were like really doing good jokes. And we're like, that guy just wants to get on the pod.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's cool. No,
That's
that's
a good
cool.
way
That's
to get
cool.
attention.
No, that's cool though. Like the idea that you guys understand what it is because you guys, like I said, you guys grew up with the type of comedy that you and Frankie or the relationship as far as like bashing. I have that with my friends as well. You know, like literally that's all we do. Everything that we do is someone's gay that day. No matter what you do, you're gonna do something gay. No matter what you do, I don't care how you drink your water, you drink it gay. You know, that's the joke of the day.
That was early 2000s.
You know,
I don't think we do the gay jokes
No,
now.
I still do it. I literally like that's me and my friends are
We're
just
still- you're
going
still doing gay. Okay.
going
But
directly.
you won't die on that hill, right?
No. Like we're not.
You gotta say-
I'm gonna say gay whenever I
I'm
want.
gonna die on the hill, dying on the hill.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna go off and go directly on those jokes
Right.
towards you or towards Enrique. Like, I have to build that the camaraderie with friendships and stuff like that. So what you're saying is like that audience, as far as like behind the scenes, they might be saying the same type of joke, not directly the same way, but they're kind of within the same spectrum of thought because we're all consciously thinking the same way.
Yeah.
No one's a saint. You know, the idea that I get it. There's repercussions as far as like if you do say something, someone may hear it. But now because we're recording it, you know, and then we're posting it,
Yup.
there's
The
a greater
audacity.
There's a greater chance that now more people are going to watch it and hear it. So it just becomes more of a bigger spectrum of like, what are you doing it for? And because they're believing you're making money, it's more of like, let me make them feel, and I'm going to bring a purpose to this.
Yeah.
Because in reality, I get it. Like the repercussions is the responsibility off of the person that said something. And like you said, it is what it is, you know, like,
It is.
you know, and that's all we could really take from it.
Yeah.
You know, like you're learning from it. You did learn from it as far as like what a podcast is and what could it do and how could it affect, because it's a different realm. You know, like social media is completely different. Like it's a different reality. You know, it's the reality of Instagram, the reality of YouTube, the reality of the internet, and then there's actual reality.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah,
waking
yeah.
up and you're not seeing those people on a daily.
Right,
You know,
right.
That's what it is.
I haven't seen one of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I had asked Enrique the same question. I'm like, how did it affect you? And he did tell me, he's like, yeah, I got some pretty interesting DMs, you know, and that kind of thing. I'm like, bro, like,
It's pretty crazy.
you know, it's wild, you know, like random people just DMing you, like you don't even know who they are, you know. I've never met you and like you're that bored or you're that hurt or whatever to directly put time and then also process a thought so that you could send me something because you want me to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And that to me, that's another thing that a lot of people have to learn as well. Like it's a waste of time as well, you know, like,
And I also got to see who I was being influenced by. So like I listened to Tuesdays with Stories, Mark Norman and Joe List.
okay.
Listen to Andrew Schultz on Flagrant and
Okay.
Brilliant Idiots. And these fools say some wild shit, bro. Like wild. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. So that's who I wanted to be like.
Yeah.
You know? And when you know it, you're like, oh shit, maybe I can't get away with this because I'm not a comedian like they are.
Yeah, 1,000%.
You know, their
1,000%.
audience knows who they are
1,000%.
because they know them from their comedy. People that tune into our show probably don't know.
They have the community themselves that could literally overlook a mob if it comes through.
Exactly.
And that's something that I had kind of announced to him as far as like, because we're building something. And I know his comedy is a little within the dark spectrum as well. And I basically started looking at everything because I like to calculate everything. I'm like, okay, if we're going to do something, I want you to be yourself, but understand that we're going to do it for people, not just for ourselves as well.
Right,
you know,
right.
And we're not in a position where we're Joe Rogan, you know, like we could get canceled
Yeah.
from Instagram or flagged down or, you know, and we could do a whole year of segments and, you know, podcasting and doing all these events and everything. And it could all end up at some point because we're not that big. You know,
Right.
we're just coming up.
Yeah.
Until we're there, then that's where the doors open for us.
Yeah.
Now it's an advantage for us as far as like the use of the internet. But as of right now, like you said, it's just like they have the community built that topples any type of negativity that comes
Right.
to them.
And they're open to know that you're joking.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, he's saying weird shit,
Yeah.
but he's joking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, like I said, it helped me see from outside in. It's like there's people like me watching, right, that are probably laughing, but there's also people like my mom or a future prospect. You know, like that. I was like, ooh, what if I'm trying to do business with somebody and they go, hey, aren't you that guy on that on that shit that said that you do this?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, that was me, but I was joking.
Yeah.
You know, well, I don't think I want to do business with you no
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, so you learn like there's some people that do radio or do podcasts that go pretend like your mom is sitting in the room.
Yeah.
So then you talk in a certain way
Yeah.
where maybe you don't curse
Yeah.
or you don't say the wild jokes because you're podcasting like if your mom was in the room.
Yeah.
I like
I'm like,
that.
okay, that's or think what if there's a little kid
Yeah.
and it's like there's a little nephew of mine, my girl's little cousin that was like, oh, I saw your last episode, and he's like 12,
Oh, wow.
and I'm talking about rolling weed and shit.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, oh, you saw that?
Oh, man.
And he goes, yeah, the cop told you this, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, like, don't watch it, bro, you know. But I'm like, well, this is the internet, and this is it.
It's almost like the repercussion of the OnlyFans girl that
Yeah.
kind of later on she gets a little older,
Yeah.
and then she has now a nephew or
Yeah.
a kid of her own.
Yes.
And she's like, oh,
Exactly
man,
that.
Like now I'm regretting.
Yeah,
Like,
when I see women on the internet showing off, I'm like, oh, this woman has no family.
yeah.
Like she's not scared that somebody's
Yeah.
gonna see this. She's
Yeah.
just probably like, fuck it, I can do this because no one's gonna see it, and
Yeah.
or some
man.
people just don't care.
Or
like
she's
some
thinking
people,
naively though. That's the thing. That's the idea of like the internet's still fairly new.
Yeah,
Podcasting's
yeah,
fairly new.
naively.
OnlyFans is literally 3-4 years old. That
Yeah.
now these girls are now understanding like, yes, now I can't get a husband.
Yes,
And this is the
there you
reason
go.
why, you know,
There
that
you
kind of thing. But it's just more of the naiveness of people, you know, like
Yep.
we didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Yeah.
still fairly new at this.
and I guess when we said the things we said, we were naive.
Yeah.
We never expected it to happen.
Yeah.
And it did. And I was like, oh, okay, so there's the line that
Yeah.
we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that line.
Yeah.
But there's all kind of lines too.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
We're all learning.
Yeah.
We're all learning.
Like
for
we
sure.
don't say the N-word.
Yeah.
That's a line.
Yeah, but it's a line that we were already taught since like elementary, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
You know, I came
You know?
up with this conclusion recently, bro.
What is-
if you're like an older Mexican cholo, you got the N-word pass.
That's it.
Like,
Cholo?
if you're like a well-established gangster,
Yeah.
you could say it. Or if you're like intimidating enough,
Yeah.
you got the pass.
But the thing is that even when you're going to Mexico, like the word black, how is it said in Spanish?
Negro.
Exactly. So I'm used to that word, but when I go out with friends that are more, you know, first generation here, I'm literally coming in from Mexico. So when you play La Loteria, you
Oh, yeah.
literally it's right there in the game, that word, and I say the way that it's being taught to me, but not in a negative way. And then I hear my Hispanic friends like tell me you can't say that word.
Negrito?
Yeah, 1000%.
That's
Like,
little black.
but I'm like, bro, like you understand that I'm not saying it in English, and I'm not saying it in a way that you think I'm saying it. I'm literally saying it the way that I was taught, like brought up. You know, it's not met the same way.
Yeah. I think
And-
there's only 2 N-words, right? There's one, but with 2 different pronunciations.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the
towards
fun one.
Towards the end, you know? Those are the main ones.
Yeah, exactly.
The Loteria one, that's
But that's what I
nothing,
mean.
bro.
It's going that far though. It's now
Okay.
going that far.
That's
where,
bullshit, bro.
Exactly.
Get the fuck outta
it's
here.
going to the point where we can't even say it in our own dialect. That's where I'm saying like the
BS, man.
lines are now going further back.
Yeah,
where like,
yeah,
oh, like
yeah.
are you really sure? Because I consider myself fairly dark. So
Yeah.
when I'm with the girl and she's lighter skinned than me, I'm like, bro, like estoy negrito. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
she's like, you can't say that.
You can't say
I'm
that.
like, bro, like what's going on? Like, what do
What
you
did I
mean?
say?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, it's just a term that I grew up with, but
Yeah.
now you're coming into
Cancel
this
him.
culture, and now the lines are like getting further
Yeah.
back because they're scared that if it's said by you and it's like someone hears it, someone hears it within the spectrum of like a friend comes by and I'm talking like that.
Right,
They're like,
right,
oh, she's like that too. And now, whatever. Now they're not going to hang out with her or whatever. So I get it. Like,
Do you guys know Fuzzy Tube?
Fousey Tube, yep. I
You
know
who he
Fousey
is?
Tube.
No.
No.
He's
Yep.
like a streamer, right?
He was
Or
a YouTuber.
YouTuber, Twitch streamer.
I think he's a Twitch streamer, probably.
And he basically sang the N word because he was rapping along to J. Cole, right?
Okay.
He said it on stream, and then immediately he like breaks down and is like, "Fuck, why'd I do that?" Like immediately.
Yeah.
A part of me is like, I think he planned this.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy that does all that.
He's like, I'm trying to trend. How can I trend? Just say that we'll rap it though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
oh man, I messed up.
And then as soon as you say it, act your ass off.
Act your ass off like you're apologetic.
And
like,
that
oh my
food,
God,
he's been trending for like the last 3 days or
wow.
something. I'm like, okay. And then this has nothing to do with words we can't say, but like Lil Tay, the little Asian girl that supposedly died.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, let me make sure she's dead before I believe it. And then turns out she's alive. I'm like, this is another. I don't know if she did get hacked or not, but I'm like, if she tricked us, she did a good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, the N word can't say it unless you're an old school established gangster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is what it is. We're like I said, we're all learning. We're all learning the lines as far as like the internet. Now, as far as like now what we're doing, we're just playing the game.
Yeah.
At this point,
Playing the game.
We're just literally playing the game, and to the point where there's going to be another line drawn somewhere, and that we're not going to understand, and then it's going to come at us. So
we're gonna be like the boomers that fucking say racist shit that don't even know it's racist.
Right.
Yeah. Can't wait for those days so I can just act like, oh, I don't know.
I'm old, bro.
Yeah, I shit myself. Like,
Call yourself
you
the
can't expect
boomer
nothing
show.
from me, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking bust a Joe Biden up there. Fucking 2 billion millions.
Oh,
2
shit,
billion millions.
Yeah, or the Mitch McConnell one.
Reboot.
Yeah.
Bro, isn't that like elder abuse?
It is, bro. It is.
I
It is,
feel
bro.
sad for those people.
They're just the
dude.
face of the government, but other people are controlling
And
literally the decision
I
making.
feel sad.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, of course, it's probably the government,
Yeah,
right? The
for sure.
people that are
Yeah.
playing ball.
Yeah.
But also, like, maybe their family that are like, no, stay working. Don't retire. Like, what are you going to do at your lake house? No. Stay inside.
Yeah.
Tell us what insider trading to do
Yeah,
or whatever.
1000%,
You know, it's
yeah.
like, like, they're old. Let them fucking go spend the last years of their life fucking
Fishing.
doing something
Yeah,
cool. Like,
exactly.
I feel like I can't be mad at a Joe Biden or a Mitch McConnell because I just feel sad at this
Yeah.
point. I'm like, where are the healthy men at
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
could
we're-
fucking run
yeah.
this country? Where they at?
Exactly,
Fucking
yeah.
saying the N word on stream. That's where
Yeah.
they're at. You
Yeah.
know, they're influencing probably the wrong way. You know, I mean,
Or
who
the
knows?
wrong way that they assume it's the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the thing. They want control. That's why the whole masculinity talk and toxic things are coming about. Like, hey, we need to fight each other, and men shouldn't act this way. Men shouldn't. So they get these archetypes of a older man that's already been in office. Hey, he can't really do anything. Can't really
Right.
think that fast.
can't think for
so let's
himself, yeah.
control
Yeah.
the spectrum of everything that he does. Like, but let's just make him the image of
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
senator or
Yeah.
the president.
And who better to do that than Joe Biden? He's
Right.
been a company man since he was a youngin'.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they promised him presidency 20 years ago if he just played ball all these years, and now he's there.
Yep.
He's like, I signed up for this
Yep.
40 years ago,
Yeah.
and now I'm president.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, he did have brain surgery too.
That's crazy,
So-
right? Where they take your whole
Yep,
fucking
he
scalp
had
off or
brain
some shit
surgery,
like that.
And he's the one, literally the representative.
Bert Kreischer should put him on the Tops Off World Tour.
How will that work?
I don't know. He has a stand-up tour called Tops Off.
Oh, okay. That's funny. I get that.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man, bro.
Well. Anything else as far as like on your end?
No, I think we
No?
covered a lot. Yeah.
Cool, man. Like, well, as far as like our first guest coming
Yep.
through, we want to thank you.
Yes, sir.
Likewise.
Great conversation,
Thanks for
bro.
having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, bro.
No, thank you so much,
Anytime.
Pancho.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me
I know
know.
you had to drive, so
Yeah.
That show was actually cool.
okay.
I'm debating right now if I should go back over the mountains or if I should just stick to like the freeway.
The freeway.
Golden Mountains.
whichever
is
way.
great.
It was,
cool.
it's low key.
Yeah.
It's like
It's nice.
It's intense because you gotta focus the whole
And
time.
you have a truck too.
Yeah.
So you're not getting
So
stuck
it's
to the road. You know, if
Yeah,
you have a
so
little car, you could just like exactly.
die.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, don't die.
He offed himself. That's
no,
what he
bro.
gets. No.
That's what he gets, bro.
Oh no, bro.
Yeah, man. Bro.
Hey,
Thanks
okay.
for having me, bro. It was a blast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, likewise.
Appreciate it, man. There you
Sir, everybody tune into the Good Toxic Man podcast.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, everybody. Keep liking us. Keep subscribing. Leave some comments. We're almost at 100.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby. All right, everybody. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Later.